Hey everyone, it's me, Drunk 3PO. This Valentine's Day, forget flowers, jewelry, and chocolates. Just go ahead and give that special someone the full spread.
Here we go.
Not that spread. I'm talking the rich, creamy spread of J-O on a sandwich. J-O-nays, get your J-O today.
What? And then I get my shit took. Oh, that ghost is a piece of shit, man. A piece of shit, man. Babe!
You mad at me?
What was the point of the red shell behind you?
Because I was about to cross the finish line.
You're not standing.
Well. Babe!
Jay?
Brie Larson?
I'm Brie.
I'm Jay.
I know. So we're Brie and
J&A's.
we're dinner.
What the freak? Isn't that a guy from Saturday Night Live that dates all the women?
Jack, I want you to draw me like one of your French girls. Wearing this.
Over the bed, the couch. No. Head down. Eyes to me, keep them on me. Try to stay still.
What the fuck?
Listen, man.
What the fuck? We just
Yeah, Rolo, Mike, Beardo, Ryan, yet. I don't know what to say.
We didn't screen that beforehand either.
No, we didn't. I know. I didn't even know what was happening.
Like, I don't remember saying that.
How did Jay Hailstorm get you to say all that? Did he trick you into that or what?
No, that's freaking some program. I don't know. I didn't say that.
I forgot about River running downstairs. That shit was funny.
I just like was magically thrown in the middle of like the most disgusting thing. Holy crap.
Welcome to Tuesday night's main event.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy
Yeah,
Valentine's
I'm sure that's going
Day. We have the most handsome man on the internet here, Jay, just because it's Valentine's Day, just to show you that even he's a loser that sits around and talks to all of us losers on Valentine's Day, even as handsome as he is. But yeah, as the world's falling apart, as there's chemical explosions and, aliens, and we're giving all of our resources to other countries, we're just going to talk about entertainment, focus on the important things around here. But how's everybody doing? We've got a great crowd here already. You guys are showing up. I see a ton of super chats already. I just want to clarify, I like super chats a lot. So we encourage you to send as many as you can if you want, but if you don't have to at all, you can just chat in the chat for free. It's amazing. But let's get this party started. Ryan from RK Outpost, how you doing, man?
I'm good. We've got Ant-Man coming out soon. The most important Marvel movie in years. Kicks off Phase 5. And there's already some bad news for the MCU going forward. So we love to talk about that. And some other good shit happening.
Yeah. I'm enjoying this Ant-Man situation with it being basically this. It's only better in the reviews than the most important film that saved more lives than any film in history, Eternals. So
yeah, and like a movie that legitimately lost money for the MCU, like a $200 million budget and made what $400 million at the box office. That's what Eternals did. That legitimately lost them money. So yeah,
it's a good time for Marvel to continue to fuck up because there's a guy named Eric who runs a company called the Rippaverse, and he can just siphon off all those people that aren't interested in the MCU anymore. Does that sound pretty good to you, Rippa?
Yeah, I'm game for that. If y'all are looking for comic book related material, head on over here.
You do the Suge Knight, Night.
Yeah. Come over to the Rippaverse, man.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I've just been so busy, man. Everything is nonstop for me right now, but that's always good. Business is booming. Got some Rippaverse updates that we're preparing. Hopefully going into that next week or the week after. And I'm excited. I'm very, very excited to see kind of how people respond to some of the stuff that we're working on. But other than that, man, all is good. It's always good to be here on the Tuesday, man.
Hell yeah, man. Good to have you. You were decent in Mario Kart this week. You weren't that good, but you were decent. But of course, you're kind of the MCU of Mario Kart. Like you used to be good, but now like you just coming up with like a half-ass night is just better than most times for you. So
we're gonna look back at like this, like a day where Rippa had like 3 crowns or something like that. It'd be like that was his Infinity War. All downhill after that.
Oh man, shit's so fun though, man. Fucking game is bullshit, but for some reason it's fun. So anyway, Epic Mike is here. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? Listen, I am like kind of obsessed with playing Hogwarts Legacy right now. I did not expect this game to hit this hard. I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually pretty freaking dope. Now that they fixed some of the bugs and shit that was happening, like performance issues, dude, I'm blown away. I'm having a great time with it. So it's yeah, I'm LARPing like Rippa says. I'm living my dream.
You've been streaming it?
Yeah, I streamed it a little bit. I haven't had anybody attack me yet. Maybe the fro's keeping me protected. That's kind of what I've always hoped for. That my ethnicity would protect me from backlash.
Every light-skinned black man's dream was to be a wizard in 1890 in the UK.
Yeah, they let me inside. It's a good time, so I'm having a blast. So.
Well, I salute you, fellow bigot, and for many more years of bigotry. So we will continue to serve.
This game's doing crazy fucking numbers. I can't wait to get like an actual no shit sales update. I don't think I've seen one yet. I know in the UK, which obviously Harry Potter is going to be bigger in the UK likely than it will be around the rest of the world, but still in the UK, the opening weekend sales numbers were 80% higher than Elden Ring.
Holy cow.
And this game's only being released on 3 platforms, on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. It's not released on PlayStation 4 or on Xbox One or on Switch yet. So, like, the fact that it's doing those kind of numbers is insane.
Yeah, I mean, it is wild, and this is what all you weirdos get, all of you psychopaths. You helped take a game that was always going to be successful. Let's not act like it wasn't going to be successful. Without all the controversy, without all the nonsense, it was going to be successful. But what these freaks have done is they've made it hit levels that I don't think anyone thought was possible. And that's what activism does. These people have done nothing but hurt whatever cause that they were trying to stand up for. And that's typically what they do. So I hope that the sales of Hogwarts Legacy makes them cry a little more every single night, because that's what they deserve. Miserable pieces of garbage. Rolo, the Puerto Rican pistolero. Hi, Rolo. How are you doing? And before you start, you know what I have to play since you're the Puerto Rican pistolero.
We are also praying for the people of Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico.
It's always good. It's always good. I'm doing awesome. I'm right there with what the way he
like
says
half
it.
a second of it, like didn't even play all the way.
It's the StreamYards thing. It's like StreamYards like cuts away from the end
like
of videos
like fade
now.
out now.
Oh.
Yeah, Kathleen
Yeah.
Kennedy.
Mm-hmm. So,
But
anyway, thank you for interrupting Rolo's intro there, buddy. Appreciate that, Jay.
I appreciate Jay though.
Trying to help you out.
I'm right there with Mike with Hogwarts Legacy. I've got way too much time already put into this game, and I went in with no expectations. Pretty much, it was all the bullshit that was going on. I was like, you know what, I'm going to jump on this and jump on the bigot bandwagon, I guess. And it turned out to actually be a good game behind it. So yeah, I'm enjoying my time with that, and it really is great to see all those people cry. It really is.
It really
It's
is.
awesome.
It is a lovely, lovely sight. Another lovely sight. Drunk 3PO. Hi, Drunk 3PO. How are you, buddy?
Doing good. Very happy that Cobra Cast is a thing now. Even though you streamed a little late for me last night, a little tired, but it was still awesome.
I can't believe I had that many people watching at 2:00 in the morning. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So, yeah, man.
Jay's gonna want royalties from the show. I mean, he's going at some point. It's gonna happen. So
I don't know, like the last one. You had like 4,000 people watching. That was pretty good.
Man, damn.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
awesome. It was awesome.
It's fun.
Somehow we got to get you like a fake beard to wear like live, like in your like that'd be freaking hilarious.
Get a beanie and a beard.
Yeah, just do it for like.
Bro,
the
can
first
somebody
5 minutes.
make me a Jack Murphy beard? I'll fucking wear it. I'll wear it for Cobra Cast.
They can definitely make you a beanie.
Yeah. So make it happen, chat. Send me a Jack Murphy beard. Can we sell? Whoa, hold on a minute. There's no way he has a trademark. I'll fucking make Jack Murphy beards and sell them bitches on 221B. That's what I'm gonna do.
Find someone to
that
knit one.
idea. Hell yeah, Beardo, just dye it, cut it off. You can regrow that shit in like 3 days. So just that's how you'll produce our beards for us. How about that?
I'm down. I'll just be a beard farm.
Yeah. But how's life treating you, Jay?
Life is good, man. Life is.
Are you happy?
I am. Getting ready for a big launch on Saturday.
Hell yeah.
I think I got everything ready. So hopefully it won't be a disaster. But I'm looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. There's a lot of work. Several years went into this project. So waiting to see how it. We'll see what happens. So
I'm happy for you, man. We got your back. Whatever you need, man.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Fear the fucking Beardo. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. I am looking forward to playing some Hogwarts Legacy after Dead Space, so I can't go and buy another full-priced game after I just spent $60 on another one. So as soon as I get Dead Space done and out of the way, man, I'm really anticipating being a bigot as well and playing some Hogwarts Legacy. So
Bigots unite. Bigots unite. The only reason Ripa's not playing Hogwarts Legacy is because his bigotry knows no bounds. Like, he's already proven it, so he doesn't need to play it. So he's covered in that department. Steph, you're a bigot. So how you enjoying Hogwarts Legacy?
I am a bigot. Yeah, I'm loving Hogwarts Legacy. Absolutely, I'm having so much fun with that game. I am a below average gamer, and I still absolutely love that game. I'm having so much fun with it. Playing as a Slytherin, of course. And happy Valentine's Day, chat. We are also live on Locals, so yeah, come check us out.
I think like you being a below average gamer is a gross you're misrepresenting. You're terrible. Like, I think that's disrespectful to below average gamers, Steph. I'm just gonna be honest. It's
well, then I need to update my Twitch about section and just say I'm terrible. I'm a terrible gamer.
I remember this one time. It was like 3 years ago or something. Steph was talking about how much she loves fighting games and how much she loves
I love Mortal Kombat.
She loves Mortal Kombat. And I had not played a Mortal Kombat game in forever. I'm not very good at fighting games. And so I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll play. And I was expecting her to be like good. She was really talking up. And we played. I literally had no idea what I was doing. I was literally just mashing buttons. And I don't know if she won a single round. And she was like so upset because
I was getting really mad.
She
I was
was
getting
really
so
fucking pissed.
mad and just yelling. Yeah.
So I was streaming Hogwarts Legacy, had a nice crowd, and every time a character spoke, it did make a sound. I don't know what happened. And we had to stop the game, start the game, check, and then eventually I had hit a button on something that had turned the sound off. So did that for a whole hour. And then so I just got upset and just shut it off and started playing Fortnite. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with this dumb game, but none of the voices are working. They were moving their mouth, but it wasn't working. And I was like,
you were actually
trying to tell me what to do.
You wanted to play as a disabled person, so you were just pretending you were deaf. That's basically what the game was.
I'm Huffle.
Hugglepuff.
Oh, so you are playing as a disabled person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of funny.
Shit. Oh, Krista Nova. Hi, Krista.
Sorry, I was muted. Hi, I have possums on sale if anybody wants any. I have a whole litter here, and I'm selling them for, I don't know, I guess $500. They're really hard to get. So
Right, you had 16 minutes to think of something to say.
Actually, no. I know. Baby possums.
Holy shit!
I'm sorry, I'm working. Okay, it's not. It's so hard to look up now. I'm so used to looking down. Now
All right, so Krista,
Yes.
We posted a picture today. Geeks and Gamers headquarters. Look at that. Look at that right there.
Hell yeah.
It's
That looks
all,
so good.
all happening.
And Chris is actually 9 feet tall, so that thing's really fucking big.
And I got Brandon's trying to rip off my ideas, man. Come on, man. You want to let your people ripping off our ideas. Look at him right there. So he's like, I got to get with Ryan. And I was like, yeah, man.
Let him know. Gonna go to fast signs.
But yeah, it's really coming together here. We're definitely going to be showing off HQ in the near future once we kind of get everything set up. But really exciting, and again, can't thank you guys enough for all the support for allowing us to be in this position. It's crazy that we're here and we're just getting started. So shout out to all of you. So.
Shout out.
And hopefully in the next couple months, we're going to have some really cool guests lined up here at HQ. That's going to be kind of cool. And hopefully it all comes together and we're able to kind of do our daily show that we're going to start working on here at Geeks and Gamers, along with having them go up for park hopping on Sports Wars, on the gaming stream. You never know what all is going to happen, but it's really exciting. But we got stuff to talk about tonight. Let me say hello to everybody. I see you guys super chatting. I see Revenge of the Netherrealm with a member message. Anthony Buck, dude, 1286. Sean, Zara Mavdick, green-haired anti-liberal. Bama Grad, what's up, Bama Grad? Says hail to the panel. Mods in chat. Ryan, the Geeks and Gamers warming present is on the way. It could arrive by Thursday. Let's see. Thursday, I will DM the tracking number. So Bama Grad gonna DM the tracking number.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you. Bama
I will probably check my PO box on Saturday. So if anybody sent me some shit, I'll be there on Saturday to pick it up.
There you go.
Thank you, Bama Grad. That's awesome.
CJ for 10 says, Hail Geeks and Gamers, just saw the Cena picture. Question for Jeremy, Epic Mike, and other wrestling fans. Do you consider him an all-time great? I think most of his success is from playing politics. Undeniably, John Cena is an all-time great. I don't think that can be denied. I don't like John Cena. I've never been a fan of him. I don't put him in the same category as your Austins, your Flairs, your Hogans, your Rock, Warrior, Macho Man, Bret Hart. I just don't put him in that. But his
like
resume,
a tier below, yeah.
Yeah, his resume says he's there, and he was a top guy for longer than anyone. I don't like Cena at all as a wrestler. Never cared about him. But I can't deny his legacy. Any other wrestling fans want to chime in on that real quick?
I mean, Cena's I don't know. He was a fuck for a really long time, and I hated him, and I couldn't stand watching him. But like Jeremy said, the guy put in the work. You can't deny the work. I mean, the guy was he was 300 days out of the year on the road or longer. And he was doing everything. This guy was going to fucking events and promos and doing movies on the side and going to, Make-A-Wish Foundation stuff. The guy was a fucking workhorse for a really long time. That's got to be respected. He's not a very
he loved doing it.
Yeah.
He loved doing it too. And like, even when they're like, all right, Cena, you're not going to be a championship guy anymore, but we're going to try to build up the United States Championship. So we're going to have you go out there and wrestle some no-name fuck every single fucking Monday for like a year to try to build up the United States Championship. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he put in the work. I mean, I agree. He's a tier below all the greats just because they had something that, I don't know, they didn't get the push that he got. You know, Austin got big on it because Austin was really fucking good at what he did. A lot of these guys earned their way. I think Cena got some help, but, you know.
That's why I got this belt.
There you go.
Nice.
It worked.
Yeah. It's just how many talents he buried on his way to the top that kind of bothered me. So
my only problem with Cena is he never turned heel when he had. He could have turned heel at the right time and been the biggest heel.
Austin did it. Hogan did it. Rock did it.
Never did.
Michaels did it. Bret Hart did it. You know, Undertaker went back and forth between like American Badass.
There was a time where he was so hated for being the good guy. If he had just turned, he would have.
He almost did too. I remember they were going to
the biggest heel ever.
Yeah, they were going to at a big pay-per-view, and they changed their mind at the last minute because they didn't want to lose their cash cow. I will say this about John Cena, and this is another thing I was bummed out. I remember after CM Punk, he faced CM Punk, he got fired, and the plan was to bring him back as Juan Cena. And he was wearing a luchador mask, and he was John Cena's cousin, and he was wrestling at like house shows with this fucking luchador mask on. And they're like, I don't know where John is, but I'm his cousin. And they were gonna have him on TV, and then fucking Vince McMahon changed his mind again at the last minute. And I'm bummed that we never got Juan Cena in the ring because that would have been amazing.
Oh man, I don't know, Rip. I know you used to follow wrestling. Where do you put Cena?
It's hard for me to even like gauge that because I was basically on my way out when he was coming up in like kind of a ruthless aggression kind of era with him, Batista, and all those fucking guys. So it was kind of entering into an era that I wasn't just really into it. So I can't even say, but I mean, apparently he does have some sort of name there. Will I put him like, you know? I don't know. It's just I think the magic of kind of what some of these other guys, it's almost impossible to do that now. But even during the time when he may have had that window in the 2000s, I don't think that really he was able to kind of do that like from the likes of what we seen of like a Stone Cold or The Rock when he was like the head honcho. And a lot of that has to do with kind of the culture of the business changing, obviously going into the like PG era and all that stuff. So a lot of stuff changed around him, so he was their biggest guy, but like I think just the nature of the business kind of doesn't lend itself at all really anybody of the modern era. It's hard, you can't really place them of like in that tier, and I don't know if we'll ever see another wrestling superstar that is of that tier. It's just a different age, and a lot of it has to do with the technology. This stuff is so accessible now, where you know it was us watching like Monday Night Raw and you know then talking about it at school and doing shit like that was that kind of thing is gone.
That speculation and now like you know everything about the business now. There's no more
people leak the results, like people leak the results, like people like you know everything.
But even like still like what's crazy, I don't know if any of you ever watched Austin and CM Punk's promo for WWE like
God, that was so fucking good.
It was, and so this is the problem. I think it's just that the guys don't take it as seriously as they should, because knowing everything I know about wrestling, if you can still find somebody to sell me, so I watched that promo with Punk and Austin, and I walk away from that going, I think they hate each other. Like I genuinely feel like these men hate each other's guts, especially Stone Cold. Holy fuck. He was so laser focused in on his character. And it's like, we don't get that anymore. You know what I mean? They let their guard down too much. And it's like, no, own it, own the character, own the gimmick. And everything's changed now, unfortunately. So
the best, I still think my favorite iteration of John Cena was on Max Landis's Wrestling Isn't Real video.
It's a great video.
That is one of maybe the best videos on the internet, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
Because of how funny and how relatable it is and how spot on it is about a lot of shit.
Yep.
But like when they do introduce Cena in there, it's just funny because they so accurately portray why everybody fucking hates him.
Yes. Absolutely. But that's a good question. That was a good question, CJ.
A real good question.
we're always happy to talk wrestling around here. So I got Josh Kelsey for $20. Thank you, Josh. Let's see. Magnum Norris says, can Tim, Jeremy, Ben, and Stephen just do a mud match? Not gay. A mud match. I mean, well, Ben Shapiro wouldn't hit the height requirement. So
definitely not the weight requirement.
That's what the Babylon Bee offered, right? For them to do like Jello wrestling or something at their event.
Yeah, something like that. So and I don't want to get fined for saying no homo, by the NBA or anything like that. So
Can you rip it? You heard about that, right?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Oh my god,
I did
dude!
a video on it, but I caught it when it was a little too late.
Dude,
this algorithm stuff. I was
Like,
late on it.
The idea that the NBA is so soft. Do you remember, like in 2006 or something, when Kobe called a ref like the F slur or something, and like the fact that he got like punished for that was dumb as shit.
Yeah,
like now for someone to be like, we got a lot of attractive guys on this team, no homo. For that to be like labeled as like an anti-gay slur or something.
Fucking
yes.
Like that was the worst part of it all. You know what I mean?
The reporter set him up.
Out of it.
The reporter was bitch made. The reporter was bitch made. He's like, oh, I'm sure the league office is gonna love that. It's like, you are a that dude. That's that's a male Karen right there. He was calling the manager right there. Like any normal dude, that's a dude would have just laughed. Like, oh, I hear you, man. I hear you. You got to keep clarity out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what a dude would have done. This guy's like, oh, I guess the league office is probably gonna have something to say about that. I'm like, oh,
he went full blown corporate right away as soon as he heard that.
Yes, a white reporter saw a black man make a joke, and the first thing he thought was, league office needs to stop in here. Like, good Lord.
What a one dude, Leonard Myers, who I think is still out of the game. I still don't think he's been signed after this, but he got fined $50,000 for saying a Jewish slur on stream while he was playing a game. He got fined 50. It basically got punished the exact same.
Yeah.
So it's just
soft.
It's very soft. I blame LeBron James. Definitively, this is LeBron James' fault. That dude is such a fucking bitch. He has ruined everything about the NBA. From the way that players change teams all the time, from the way they fucking interact with fans, from the way they kick people out of games. Like, he is such a fucking pussy. God, I hate LeBron James.
He is the worst. He is the worst. But of course, we know
he's not even getting me views. He's not even getting me views on Sports Wars anymore. That's his biggest sin.
It's just wild, man. We always talk about Modern Warfare lobbies, Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, and we are so far from that at this point in time.
At least they got pregnant women performing in the Super Bowl.
On the Smash
50
Pro
feet
stage.
in air.
Yeah. Hey, can you find someone? Hey, for this, we want somebody who's known for, being an entertainer, being sexy, fucking dance around. Can you get someone who has to be as covered as possible, and they can't physically move? Sure, we gotcha. Let's do it, Rihanna.
We got Taters Vivo part 1 of 3. I had a weird dream a week ago that Jay turned his cam on in Tuesday night's main event and grew a giant afro like Mike, and everyone in the stream thought this was the funniest thing ever. Anyways, I've seen let's see the
People
video
dreaming about me. Wow, I
don't think that was a dream.
He said, I've seen a video that says why you shouldn't buy Atomic Heart. I won't spoil much, but there's a lot of virtue signaling in it. And the creator pinned a comment saying that he had to limit comments because bots cough Tim Pool. Thought it would be cool if you guys could check it out and discuss. But if not, take my money anyway. Hail Tuesday night's main event and chat. So this is the creator pinned a comment on Atomic Heart. Where's the comment pinned? I'm sure Ryan can look this up and look into this, but I'd like to know more about that. And we will maybe look into that. Maybe not on this show, but we'll look into it. Maybe make a video or something like that. Because
there's a lot of interesting background with that game because the company's supposedly HQ'd in Cyprus, but it's obviously they call it like Soviet Bioshock, so it takes place in like an alternate Soviet Union. And supposedly there's a lot of money from like investors in Gazprom, which is the biggest Russian oil and gas company and all this stuff. So there's this big, like almost propaganda campaign going against it from like obviously the pro-Ukraine side. and it's a lot deeper. There's a lot deeper controversy with that game.
They're
since I
like
started looking
bullying.
into
They're
it.
like bullying people that worked on the game.
Mhm.
So they're like donating all of their fucking salary to Ukraine and shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, like how it's been
God.
go back and forth with all that stuff. So.
As if Zelensky needs any more Coke money. Like, holy
Mhm.
shit, we've given him
Yeah.
enough.
Have you guys seen what Ubisoft is doing?
What now? What are they doing now?
Ubisoft is hiring a team, like a task force, to monitor online behavior, like online hate, to potentially call cops and send cops to kids' houses or just gamers' houses who have crossed the line on like in-game chat.
We've gotten to legit bully hunters territory now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
It's a full-blown task force, and it's like
Yeah.
Ubisoft is like creating it. and
Hopefully it's
funding it.
not. Hopefully it's not all women, or it'll fail the exact same way that bully hunters did.
Jesus, how pathetic have we gotten? It is, and again, this is literally the smallest minority of people that they're pandering to when they do this. Normal people don't care about this stuff. My goodness.
What can you say? They be soft.
That was almost funny, Ryan, but not quite. That was
almost hit.
Pretty cheesy. It's pretty cheesy. Anyway, we got some things to talk about. We're going to talk about Ant-Man getting destroyed by the critics. The critics, which honestly, this means I probably will like the movie, if anything.
That's what I was thinking.
Probably like the movie.
Just like the same way you liked Eternals, the lowest rated.
I never
MC
watched it.
movie.
I never watched Eternals.
Nobody liked that because it was absolute garbage. But the fact that Ant-Man and the Wasp has been heralded as like the most important movie in the next several years because it sets up everything in Phase 5, which of course the MCU ended Phase 4 early because it was that bad. It was getting that much bad PR for them, Phase 4 of the MCU, that they canceled it early and have moved on to Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the launch for Phase 5. Kang the Conqueror is going to be the new big bad. And it's not going well. As you can see, it's sitting at 54% critic score right now. When we heard the first reactions a week ago, the little Twitter snippets that people put out, you could tell when shills like Scott Mendelson were like, yeah, this is dog shit. When the shills are out there saying, yeah, I don't know if really should go see this movie, you knew it was going to be bad. Over on Metacritic, it's sitting at a 50. And to put that in perspective, right, Eternals, 47% on Rotten Tomatoes. But Thor: Love and Thunder, which came out, fairly recently, was a 64. That was terrible for them. And we saw that resulted in a poor box office result. We saw that fans also didn't like that. When you get rid of this dumb verified bullshit, you can see what people actually felt about Thor: Love and Thunder. Very, very mid movie to terrible in some people's minds. But the fact that Ant-Man is getting so much pushback and that even the critics are shitting on this for basically being a movie about nothing, that's convoluted, doesn't really have any purpose, and it's just really all flash and no substance, it's getting bad for Marvel.
Yeah, and they need that. They need this. They need to continue to be checked because right now this is the time where they need a big home run. What this needs to be. This needed to be an Iron Man or a Spider-Man or something like that. They ain't got none of that because you have pandered. You have pandered so fucking much that now Ant-Man is, I don't want to say it's a bottom tier, kind of franchise within the MCU, but he's definitely not a top tier. And they've been declining in the last 2 years substantially. And it's been slow, but it's been consistent. And now this not having a lot of buzz, coming with a declining box office, it couldn't happen at a better time for Marvel. So I like Paul Rudd a lot. I like Evangeline Lilly. I don't like Marvel, and I don't like Disney, and I want to see them continue to go in this direction so they get what they deserve at this point. Although, like I said, with the critics hating it, it does leave the possibility that I could like it considering they hate it. But I don't know. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I was kind of looking forward to in this was Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror. And I don't know. I've heard he kills it in the movie, but he's not Kang. And this is something Ripa talks about all the time. I mean, like, we're not going to get the character that we know from the comic books. It's not going to be Kang like we know him. And Ant-Man has been one of the least interesting heroes in general in the MCU to me. So the fact that they were like, hey, man, we're going to bank on this because his last movie was a real banger. It was so good that we're definitely going to give him another one, and we're really going to hinge it on that one instead of, I don't know, picking up another star, picking up another hero that was a little bit more important than this one. So I don't know. My hopes aren't high for it, but I'll probably go see it and review it with Josiah so I can hate myself more.
And you know that it's just going to be like everyone's all Kang. He's like the most incredible villain. He's even better than Thanos and like all this shit. And you know, in the end, it ain't going to be that way. They're not going to have Kang be some evil dude. It's going to be, oh, well, he's actually doing this for a higher purpose. He needs to do this for the greater good. And he's eventually going to turn and like be on their side in some way. It does make you wonder, are they setting the stage to make Reed Richards black in their Fantastic Four that they do? That's always something that I've kind of thought once we got that reveal for Kang. You know it's not going to be John Krasinski as like the mainline Fantastic Four Reed Richards. You know they're not going to do that because that's what people want.
And I know Ripa's completely disconnected from a lot of it, but have you seen any of this yet, Ripa, with all this?
No, I mean, I expected it to be dog shit when I saw again who was cast as fucking Kang. I think I was still in it when that shit got announced, and I had said that this is retarded, but it's par for the course for the direction that the MCU is going, where they're just putting people with decent names and roles that they probably shouldn't fill. So it's another wasted like actor that probably could be playing some upcoming key role that actually is black. I don't know from the comics, but yeah, you know, people are of course alluding to the idea that, well, just because of who he's a descendant of, that means that Reed Richards is going to have to be like logically he has to be black.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Unless they're gonna pull.
It could be, you know. I mean, he's a long generation down. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be one of those.
Anybody.
Well, you know, for a lot of people don't know, in the main universe of Marvel Comics, the black Nick Fury is actually the son of the white Nick Fury. Like for real, not even joking. Like the actual, the real Nick, because they brought him into the main universe or whatever. But yeah.
I have a quote, Ripa. I have a quote right here. This is a quote for our thoughts on that.
That's fucking retarded.
Yeah, but no, that's the odd. You can look it up. You ain't gotta take my word for nothing. Yes, in the main Marvel universe, I'm not even talking about the Ultimate Universe one. The main universe for Marvel, the Black Nick Fury is the actual son of the white Nick Fury. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever, but that's the truth. So they could pull something like that off. Maybe like, hey, Mr. You know, I guess Reed was the last white man in the family, and then they were just black all the way down, and now I guess they, that they could probably maybe pull that off. I don't know, but it's stupid either way. It's a wasted guy on a character, and isn't like MODOK supposed to be in this shit as well?
Yeah, he looks really dumb. Viola Davis is Sue Storm confirmed.
Yeah, it's good. I put that bet out like 2, 3, it was when the merger got announced, and I said, you know, you cannot expect for in this day and age, considering the direction that Marvel's going to, you cannot expect there to be a straight white family, one being Jewish, but if you want to consider them white, that's fine. There's no way that they're going to do that. They can't do that. So you're not going to get an all-white Fantastic Four. They're not going to do it. So somebody's all straight white Fantastic Four. That's not going to happen. You want to talk about an actual non-dysfunctional family? You're not getting that. So fucking forget about it. I know we do have a Fantastic Four movie that's on the horizon, and something will come of this that will lead us to that. And I'm guaranteeing you're not getting a straight white family. Just fucking forget about it. But nonetheless, I figured this was going to be dead on arrival anyway. A lot of Marvel products, I consider that they are. And I think a lot of what people are doing now is kind of going into it, holding their nose and trying to deal with the shit. Where once we didn't do that with Marvel, it was like, if it's good, it's good. It's bad, it's bad. But now people are like, okay, even like you expect, I think we're at a point now, because shit's been so bad that even if you got a decent movie, was average, people would then say it's the greatest thing in the fucking world just because they've been laying so many duds.
Yeah. It's just I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to the down arrows that I get to put on my thumbnails for what's happening to the MCU after this film comes out, because I just don't see any momentum whatsoever. What do you think, Beardo?
Yeah, I think they're kind of a step behind on a lot of things, whereas the MCU used to be one step ahead, and it seemed like they had a plan, even though Feige has come out and said, "Oh, there was really kind of no plan. We're just kind of like going as we go along." But I mean, just look at what they're doing with Guardians of the Galaxy and having Adam Warlock show up like just right now. It's a little too late, and it kind of seems like it's a cool idea for an irrelevant character or a somewhat irrelevant character like Ant-Man to have a somewhat very important movie. Like, it's like least expected, and it's like, okay, I'm open to Ant-Man, you know, having some kind of major role in building this foundation for Phase 5, but it just seems a little too late that they're backtracking. They're trying to cover their tracks for the failure of Phase 4. But like you said, the only kind of one hope is that if the critics really hated it, maybe there's actually a positive chance that, you know, us fans actually do enjoy it. There's like a glimmer of hope, maybe just because these woke critics do dislike it so much. So I am interested to see what happens, man. I'm going to see it for sure, just to see what all the fuss is about. Wow.
Yep, I hear you on that. It's I don't know, man. This movie could come and go and just completely fly under the radar, lose them. So like, what does it need to do to break even, Ryan?
It's a $200 million movie. So maybe right, like
450.
That means like 500 to 600. That's what that needs to break even. And probably with a Super Bowl ad thrown into the marketing cost, you know, at $30 million, maybe even more than that, because was it just a 30-second spot, or was it more? I don't know. But when you put a Super Bowl ad on top of that marketing, then you're looking at high end. So I would say close to maybe like 550, just like as the conservative estimate to break even. And that, I mean, I think it'll make that, but right now it's tracking less than Thor: Love and Thunder. Significantly less than Thor: Love and Thunder. That movie made about $750 million. It was a disappointment, if you remember. If you'd watched my box office vids, shout out John Campia. But when you look at Ant-Man, if it doesn't have a good hold, if it has a similar hold to the rest of these Marvel movies, you might be looking at something that doesn't crack 7, maybe 650, maybe not even there. Who knows?
And you see, Chris Gord didn't like it, and that's not a good sign. So that's an actual critic you want to listen to right there, because he actually does, call things like he sees them and not base it upon political ideology, shit like that. So I guess we're gonna see what happens with Ant-Man. We got a couple of super chats. We got a $50 Streamlabs, non-binary, they them. Quote, don't buy the Harry Potter game. It's racist, sexist, white privileged game. Ryan Kennel, no need to sell me on the game. I already own it. And that is from WG. So thank you, WG, $50.
Right. Thanks,
Definitely
WG.
selling Ryan. Definitely selling Ryan on that one. Appreciate you. And we got a $50 Rumble rant from Xanaximus. Thank you, Xanaximus. Hail, Geeks Gamers. Hope you're all doing well. Loving the logo at HQ Entrance. Also, I'd like to ask Krista an important question on this Valentine's Day. Who is playing Metroid Prime behind you?
Some YouTuber.
Hello?
That's actually no one. It's actually just a gameplay, a full walkthrough that's playing on the TV. So Metroid Prime Remastered. I played a little bit of it. Holy fuck, it looks amazing. I can't believe how good. Like, Metroid Prime Remastered looks better than most Switch games.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane how good of a job they did. And I mean, I hope that we're going to get, 2 and 3. I'm imagining we will, especially I think this game's going to be pretty successful for a remaster. It's really good. It's really, really good. And so there's just too many games to play right now, man. And yeah, I guess that's a good problem to have. But yeah, thank you guys for supporting on Rumble and Streamlabs, and also everyone here at YouTube for watching. We got 3,200 peeps up in here. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you all for showing up to see Drunk 3PO. The rest of us appreciate it, but we know he's the main draw.
You never even asked me about Ant-Man. You just skipped me.
Jay, like, you got 70,000 fucking subscribers. Like, just fucking butt into the conversation.
I was being respectful.
Fuck being respectful.
You
were
were like
being respectful when you fell asleep.
like,
when we
Ripple, what do
invited
you
you on
think?
Friday Night Tights.
Mike, what do you think? That ship has sailed.
What are you
Beardo,
talking
what do you
about?
think? What do you think? What do you
I already
think?
said what I
Beardo?
thought.
Okay. All right. Go. Jay, what do you think about Ant-Man?
I think it's gonna stink.
Shut the fuck up!
I threw that in
He
there.
got it in. He got it in.
He did. That was impressive.
Oh shit! I did mess that one up. Here's a live look at my attempt to troll Jay.
Damn!
Shit.
Jeez, I felt that over here.
Damn.
She damn near totaled that car. Probably
Crap, man. I felt that over here.
Man.
You know what's coming when a big person's running, man. You just know that something's about to happen. Jeez.
Fucking hippo ran into the car. Can I see that again?
One more time. Here we go.
Damn!
So loud.
I want to see the
Like
time she fell before now.
It's so loud.
Damn!
Some good exercise, though.
Do it one more time, please.
Have you ever fallen like that, Ryan?
No way.
Like
One more.
No, I'm not that fucking top heavy.
I mean, I fell forward.
All my waist is below the waist.
Here it goes.
Damn!
And then the way she spins a little.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
follow Rip on Twitter.
Oh, man.
That's a live look. That's a live look at every time a Rip a hater joins one of his monetized hater streams. It just backfires completely every time. Shit. Oh fuck, that was good. All right, that was funny. That was good. Okay, so next line of business. I want Ryan to go ahead and lead us in because I wasn't aware of the story, this Idris Elba story, but this is a really good topic. I knew it was out there. I saw some videos of people talking about it. I just didn't watch the videos itself, but this right here, based on what Ryan told me about it, what Idris Elba has said and how he responded to this is how literally every fucking person should respond. If every person responds like this, it is fucking nonsense. You change everything. These clowns in the media don't have a chance to virtue signal and all of that. What are you whining about?
Wasn't he responding to John Boyega?
Well, that was after a quote that he had started going viral. So
okay.
Idris Elba did an interview a couple days ago where he was asked in some way, shape, or form, how do you handle racism? And he kind of responds to a reporter in a little bit snappy way. He's like, why does everybody ask me that? It fascinates me that everybody's always asking me about racism. I don't go home and talk to all my black friends about, hey, what kind of racism do you experience today? Did you experience racism today? He's like, yes. Is it real? Does it exist? Of course, but it only has as much power as you give it. And he would actually go on to say, I'm at the point where I'm tired of just being viewed for my skin color. I'm tired of being called, oh, you're just a black actor. Oh, you should be the first black this or black that. I don't want to be identified as a black actor. I just want to be identified as an actor. I didn't become an actor just because I never saw anybody like myself. I became an actor because I thought I'd be good at it. And is it important that people can see themselves? I suppose, but I don't just want black people looking up to me. I want everybody looking up to me. That's basically what Idris Elba said. Yeah. And obviously a lot of people, sane people, had no problem with that and supported it because in a big way, we have seen that in Hollywood. We've seen all these people that just get typecasted this way. Oh, we need this check mark and this check mark. And we're going to praise you and cast you for this role just because of the color of your skin. Not because that's according to the source material, but because we want woke virtue signaling points. And one of the people that had a problem with that was John Boyega. But
I do not like this dude at all. I do not like John Boyega, man. I think John Boyega is a clown. I think there was a couple of times with the whole Star Wars thing that when he started getting frustrated. I think basically, and I've said this much, it seemed like after Pacific Rim 2 came out and failed, it seemed like he got really bitter because he thought he was going to be a bigger star than he turned out to be. And so he then started to get bitter about what happened with Star Wars. And but this dude said he was risking his whole career about virtue signaling. That's what he said,
Yeah, standing up against fucking institutional racism. Yeah, that's really unpopular in Hollywood. But this is where the response came from John Boyega. CNN says Luther star Idris Elba says he no longer refers to himself as a black actor because the label puts him in a box and an obsession with race can hinder aspirations and growth. he also did talk about that. He's like, if you just completely, say, oh, I'm victimized by this or that, it's going to limit what you think you can do. This guy retweets and says he's not wrong. Many Black and POC actors have talked about being typecast into stereotypical roles because of their race. John Boyega enters the conflict. I think we should fix it on who is typecasting and putting actors in boxes because of this, not on making weird adjustments for them. We continuously focus on what we have to do so they don't do this or that. Very worrying. We Black, and that's that. Idris Elba didn't reply directly to Boyega, but he did see that and a lot of the criticism coming his way. And he said this: there isn't a soul on this earth that can question whether I consider myself a Black man or not. Being an actor is a profession like being an architect. They're not defined by race. However, if you define your work by your race, that is your prerogative. And that was really the back and forth that we saw, but he didn't back off. He doubled down on what he said about that.
Very interesting stuff. All right, I want panel discussion. Anybody wants to jump in? Jay, what's your thoughts on that?
I think it was well said.
Thank you, Jay. Mike, like your Black talk.
Stunning and brave. Well, I'm light skinned, so I only get about 50% of what my opinion is.
I thought he was going to play a thing.
I know. I was waiting for it. No, but fuck. I love that Jay just didn't say anything. I think it's funny that John Boyega and Idris Elba are both, from the UK, and over there, that's race like that isn't a thing. You're either British or you're not. Like in a lot of that race shit that John Boyega is bringing over there is from here in the United States, and him dealing with Disney and dealing with all of that shit. And I'm like, you had the opportunity to go, hey man, fuck Disney. I'm going to blaze my own trail. I'm going to do my own thing. And instead you decided to spend it race baiting and jumping into riots that had nothing to do with you and your fucking history and where the fuck you're from. And I'm like, and the thing is, like, nobody on this earth that's worth their weight would choose John Boyega over Idris Elba as an actor for skill, for anything. Like, so my thing is for him to come at somebody and try to talk shit like that and be like, yeah, let's go after the people in the institution and make them stop stereotyping and casting and stuff. I'm like, dude, all you're doing is talking about being Black, and that's all you're relating to. Idris Elba's like, listen, I'm a good fucking actor, and I deserve work because I'm a good fucking actor. Don't cast me because I'm a Black man. Cast me because I'm a good actor. And, like, that's what it always should be. I mean, some of the greats out there, Denzel talks like that. Morgan Freeman talks like that. And those guys are considered some of the greatest actors of all fucking time. But, like, here we are listening to John Boyega, this, young guy who doesn't really, have things a lot going for him right now, talking about, we're going to change the institution and make it work for us so that we can get more roles as Black actors instead of I'm going to do the best as an actor as I can.
Yep, so. And we got, well said, Mike, and we got Hayden for 50. And he also gifted 10 Geeks Gamers memberships, and he also has another $20 super chat I'll get to momentarily. But Idris Elba had the same response as Morgan Freeman did. The way to end racism is to stop talking about racism. Just let it die. It's real, but stop covering it. Ignore it. It dies eventually. Nobody cares about race. We care about culture. Well said, Hayden, and we have the video right here.
Yeah, this is that video. That's kind of what it reminded me of when I saw the quote from Idris Elba. He starts off talking about Black History Month, and then he goes into racism in general.
Black History Month you find ridiculous. Why?
Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month? Oh, come on. What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No, come on. Tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
There
isn't one.
Oh. Why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a Black man. I know you as Mike Wallace. You know me as Morgan Freeman.
It's so fucking simple, but the people in power don't want that, and that's what the masses have to realize, that as long as they keep you divided, as long as they keep you angry, they remain in the powerful positions that they are. That's why someone like Ripa making $3.5 million off his own comics independently without the help of anybody drives them fucking crazy, and they don't want it. I got to hear Ripa's thoughts on all this.
Yeah, look, this is a point that I've been driving home about. This is why I always hated the term black-owned business. I think that's fucking stupid, because what it does is it's trying to place you in a box, and then you expect to garnish some sort of sympathy or preferential treatment, certainly because of that. And, you know, I've made this point about comics as an example, like when you talk about like these historic, let's say, characters that have been around forever, Batman, Superman, all these, you know, characters, even, you know, coming about in the 60s, be it X-Men or Spider-Man or something like this. And you may have some of these characters be, let's say, white. And, you know, because white people, particularly straight white men, don't have like a social ill to really fall back on, the creators are forced to be as creative as they possibly can. And that's why often those characters stick around a lot more often, because unfortunately, and it's played comic books, it's played Hollywood, it's played pretty much every sector of entertainment. Unfortunately, when you are let's say a black person, then that has to be like a defining trait for who it is that you are. So you often get these little corny, cliche kind of narratives that are storylines that, well, they have to struggle with race and all that. You know, we talked about, for example, these idiotic white leftists out of, you know, that was bitching about Forspoken, that was talking about because they didn't focus on the chick's race. And he thought there was something wrong, because now it's become an expectation that, well, if you are black, then there has to be some sort of struggle that's happening. And yeah, if you want to be defined by your work and the stuff it is that you create, you have to deviate from that. It's not just with blackness, it's with these uninteresting fucking losers who lead with, let's say, sexuality and other goofy shit. Like a lot of that stuff, particularly more so with race, is something that you can't control. You know what I mean? I think I talked about this last week, and it's like, the way I see it, it's not anything I'm proud of. It's not anything I'm ashamed of. It's something that happened by chance. You know what I mean? I didn't come out the womb and earn being black. It was just fucking, that's the way my parents were, the skin tone that they were, and that's the way that I came about. So I am who it is that I am. I'm not going to shy away from it, but in the same respects, I can't use it as this like defining trait for who it is that I am. And when you do that, you know, you'd be surprised just how much you just open up your own sort of marketplace when you're focusing on just being the best at what it is that you are. This is why, you know, with the Riververse stuff as an example, we didn't talk about any of that shit. Yeah, sure, we had characters of different races of whatever, but that was never a leading factor with our marketing. It was never a leading factor for why these characters existed in the way that they did. It was just, well, this is just who it is that they are, and people will rally certainly behind that. But unfortunately, and maybe it's because of America's history, people are still caught up in this racial bullshit, and to where unfortunately people have been tricked to just assume that really that's what they are, and they have to lead with it all the fucking time. And yeah, to Idris' point, he's completely correct, and that you're going to you're placing yourself, let's say, in a box, and yeah, it has to be boring. And I got bored of that when people would ask me about racial bullshit. Like, dude, there's a lot more to me than certainly that, to be talking about just racial bullshit. But you know, this is the sort of landscape that was created just because of the conversation of race, particularly in America. And it won't stop until people just look. It's not, you don't have to be colorblind, but fuck, if you just simply lead and live your life where that's not the defining trait, whether it be for yourself or the people that you're conversing with, this shit will be over with. And we almost were over the hump in the 90s. America was almost over this racial bullshit, and then some fucking happened, and now we went the opposite way. Despite there's more economic opportunity, there's more any opportunity for people that are black than there ever has been in human history. But for some reason, race relations got worse than what it was, let's say, when I was like the decade that I was growing up in, and that's the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, damn it, Ryan. I was gonna say it.
That's what it was. I mean, with Idris and John Boyega here, you kind of see the generational divide, because obviously Idris is probably like Gen X, I would say, and Boyega is going to be like a younger millennial. And you can see how one has been affected by the wokeness, and the other one grew up in a culture before that, you know, the 90s, 2000s, and 80s. And it's just like Ripa said. I remember, you know, I was going to college in the early 2000s, and it was like a joke when I walked into my dorm room. I was a Hispanic guy. We had a Jewish guy, a black dude, and an Asian guy, and we were all roommates. And people could make jokes about that. Nobody cared. Everybody was politically incorrect. Yep. And we'd already gotten over that, because at that point, it's not that we knew that this stuff didn't exist, that racism wasn't real, but we got to the point where we're going to start minimizing that because we've moved on past that, and we can see the strength that we have when we move past it. It was, I don't know what caused it. It was Obama. It was the trust lost in the government, I think, too, the economic crisis, and people starting to come together and starting to realize, hey, there's a group of people here in the government and these big corporations that are trying to push us against one another and take more control. And they don't like the fact that we're pretty much unified now as Americans, because that's going to be a threat to everything that we stand for, and taking away people's rights. And, you know, it's always ironic because you look back in American history and I'm like, why is it that the people that basically got their rights last now are pushing? So many people have been brainwashed to take those rights away. And I see that with Hispanics and black people all the time. And it drives me nuts because I'm like, so your generations fought for like 200 years to get equal rights, and you got it like 60 years ago. And now you've been convinced by the same people that have been in power this whole time to want to repudiate all that, throw it away, and blame white people for everything when we've all come together. And it's just crazy how they've been able to do this. And so many people have fallen for it.
Yep. Well said. And again, like I said, just all it takes is for people just to push back a little bit, and they got nothing. I've talked about this many times with like Dana White. Dana White runs he runs the UFC, and he's obviously very close friends with Donald Trump. He was a big Trump supporter. And in the sports world, that's just a big fucking no-no. You don't publicly support Trump, because they will shame you into not supporting it, or at least shame you into not saying anything. And he just says, yes, so what? Yes. What are they going to say to that? What are these idiot reporters going to say when you just point blank say, yes, I'm friends with Trump, so what? Or vice versa. Like, it's not about Trump as much as it's about these weirdos trying to weaponize your opinion or something like that. It's simply just like, yes, so?
Yeah.
What's the matter? I have this opinion. What are you going to do about it? Stop being scared of the narrative. It's not complicated at all. So I was really happy with how Idris Elba responded. And yes, the Morgan Freeman thing, I think it was the first thing a lot of people talk about. Who was that? Mike?
I was just going to say, like, I mean, and Rip has talked about this before too, but I mean, like, if like some of these companies and like these, Marvel, DC and stuff like that really gave a shit about like actually, diversity or representation and stuff, there are plenty of black comic book characters that they could be using right now that are available, that are awesome, that are amazing. And instead, like, and everybody gets pissed about it. They're like, no, well, Miles Morales and Falcon, those are the I'm like, they ignore Blue Marvel, who's an original fucking character who's fucking rad and could be amazing, and instead give fucking Brie Larson Captain Marvel. I mean, like, they constantly are ignoring the characters that they do have at their disposal. I'm gonna fuck up Blade with Mahershala Ali. Like, Blade isn't even that difficult to write. He's a fucking vampire hunter, and they were already fucking that up, and they're reshooting it right now because it was so bad. They were like, we can't release this to people.
He needs to be a vampire hunter that suffered from police brutality.
Yeah,
4 years ago. Like, you're understanding. We had to add depth to that character, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was my bad. I mean, yeah, fucking Luke Cage. They haven't talked about bringing him back. Like, Mike Coulter's like, probably not going to bring me back, and they're not talking about relaunching him. So they're focusing on all these characters that don't matter and like aren't popular, and ignoring characters that are popular. Fucking like Storm has been, minimized in every X-Men movie she's ever been in. She's one of the most powerful characters there. We haven't seen Bishop, like nothing. They just kind of, it's kind of pathetic to hear them talk about this and ignore the fact that like there are plenty of characters and plenty of opportunities. They don't want that though. They want to go after something that you love and so they can push their identity politics, because they also know it's going to rile people up. They know it's going to piss people off, and they want that to be able to see, you guys are bigots. You guys hate black people. You hate race. When they're the ones that are ignoring stuff that's right at their fingertips that they could be using that are marketable characters. So, yeah.
There's plenty of those, man. Like, it's look, it's funny, man. Big shout out to Kevin Grievous. He's the creator of Blue Marvel. Big time supporter of the Rippaverse, man, and but yeah, he's against a lot of this tokenization and all this weird stuff that takes place. But I always say that they only see legitimacy kind of in white characters. That's always been the case. So the point is try to also, it's quite disgusting because they also use it as more so a shield, right? It's like, they will race swap a character or have some character hyper emphasizing their race, and then if you are against it, well, they're gonna hide behind that and say that, well, you're racist, or it's the women, the female shit. It's like everything is trying to minimize it because they themselves do it, and then when they're called out on it, they try to hide behind it as if there's some sort of foul play by way of the audience. And I think that just with Hollywood in general, they're too deep into this stuff. They picked the side because, well, they were infiltrated long decades ago by the social justice left, and really they're having to bow down to the rules that they created, and that's what this is. And that's why often the material is so bad and it's so mundane, and you're getting all these weird adaptations that are happening nobody asked for, and the consumer expects you to just sit up there and just take it. You know what I mean? Like, this is dog shit, and it's like, well, you should eat it because reasons. But it's not going to come from them. That's just what it is. If we're going to have some sort of like renaissance culturally where we're beyond this, it's not going to come from the established channels. And that's what I think more people are going to have to understand, because they're not built for that. The infiltration that long happened. You're not going to get material that is what you asked for, that is going to, let's say, even correct the course. It's not going to come from the people that were already established. It's simply not. It's going to come from alternatives peoples. And that's where the creativity is going to flow. But Hollywood, definitely, even with their award systems, I know I've covered a lot of that stuff, like even like something like the BAFTA awards, and they have all of these. In order to qualify for certain awards, you have to have this amount of fucking POCs and this amount of gay people that are on certain parts of your staff. And obviously you're not hiring on merit when that happens, but they want the awards. They like the pats on the backs and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, their material is going to suffer because of that. So the creativity, and I would love to get past this racial bullshit and sexuality bullshit, but it's just not going to happen by way of Hollywood. They're not going to do it.
Yeah, I heard that. Real quick, let me get to a couple. I'm gonna hit this one first because it just came in. Hayden says, Eric, give me ISOM 2. I'm trying to buy 6 covers. E3 signed. Let's hang on. So I guess he means 1 signed, 3
signed.
Yeah.
And then
3 unsigned.
3 unsigned, so that 5 can stay unopened, just like I did with ISOM 1. Much love, bro.
There will be probably that amount. I think we'll do the similar thing of what we did with ISOM 1, where it'd be like 3 covers that'll be limited, and then we'll have a mass print cover. So we'll just keep it simple. I like that. It worked out for us the first time. I don't want to do like Marvel and DC does with fucking 50 fucking
23 covers. Man, let's do it.
Yeah, like just 23.
Rip, I got a bone to pick with you. Why aren't you releasing a 100-page comic every week?
Yeah, I got criticized today for that. It's like, why aren't you releasing, like, you got $4 million, why aren't you releasing the next book like already? I'm like, dude, we just ended fulfillment not even 3 months ago, dude. Like,
and he don't have $4 million, man. People don't know how business works at all.
Like, that money gets spent. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think he's got to use fucking tubs from Home Depot to store his shit in? All right.
Why do you think he pulls idiots from Twitter to monetize them, man?
that money, like, that got to get spent to create more material. But yeah, it was. I guess I got criticized for that because I think it's more the context of people don't understand how long it does take to make a comic, and we're not releasing like 20-page floppies like Marvel and DC does. So yeah, like ISOM 2 is 112 fucking pages. You think about, let's say, give or take, if you have a good pencil and inker, they're gonna do like maybe if they're going fast, 5 pages a week. So that's like 5.5 months, almost 6 months. You know what I mean, of work that we're doing, that's just on pencil and ink. It takes a while, man, to make those comics happen. And because we are releasing, that's why we're releasing them in the way that we are, is because we're releasing bigger books. So you can look at like ISOM 2, for example. That's going to be the equivalent of what, like fucking six issues of whatever's coming out.
Like, if you think about it from like the perspective of almost like a monthly release. Yeah. Like if you get a monthly book that comes out, it's a special monthly book. And if it takes you guys, obviously, when we did with the campaign for the first ISOM start, probably like what,
That
August or something last year?
July. It was July 11th.
July 11th. So now you guys have got this turned around. You're pretty much done with ISOM, getting ready to launch a campaign within, I don't know, 8 months. Like you're getting there to the pace where if you guys can keep it up, and you're doing 2 other books this year.
We got 2 other
in
books
addition to ISOM, like that aren't in that main line. So like you're almost getting to the point where that's the amount of work and that's the amount of content you're getting, which is pretty phenomenal in reality. Like when you put it from that perspective, especially in comparison to a lot of other kind of, obviously you're not crowdfunded, you're doing pre-order campaigns. When you put it in the perspective of other crowdfunded comics, you're not getting that type of content in a lot of other places.
Yeah, you're gonna get 3 books by the end of the year. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna start writing ISOM 3 soon. But yeah, that's the plan. So they'll be start to be back to back. But you know, the thing is that we're releasing bigger books. I like that method. It doesn't, you know, and other writers that are doing the other 2 books, they like that method as we're editing it, like just because, you know, they don't feel like they have to tell this uber condensed, like they can take their time with the story and not have to go entirely too fast. So it's working out. So yeah, that's it takes time, man. It's and definitely because we're our own distributor, that's an entirely different animal of business that we have to worry about, because a lot of people don't know Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Image, none of those guys distribute their own books. None of them do. We are, what we do is, you know, it's kind of unique in the game.
We got a 99 from Hayden Jerko. What's up, man? $100. Happy to catch y'all live. Been watching this in FNT while working. Leaving my hometown in Ohio for a couple of weeks to paint a couple of houses in Fort Myers, Florida. They got hit by the hurricane last year. Maybe one day I can come down and paint the Geeks and Gamers headquarters.
Wow,
I would love for that to happen. Have a safe trip, man. Thank you for the amazing donation, and you know,
he's gonna be safer getting out of Ohio. Sounds like.
I heard that, dude. It's wild.
Check the
man.
private chat before we move on to the next. Topic.
Yep, and I was gonna highlight Chris Gore's chat, so we'll let me share that, or and then let's see, share, boom, right here. So this is from Valiant Renegade. What up, Valiant Renegade? Socialism is a good thing. Actual line from Ant-Man. Are you kidding me? This actually was by who? I'm wondering. So
it's based on Chris's, based on what Chris said. I just learned that ants are socialists. Thanks, Disney. Hey, I mean, people that support socialism are kind of part of a hive mind, so it makes sense.
How do they think they're going to keep getting away with this shit, man?
I mean, look, man, I don't know what else I have to say in order to tell people, like, dude, these are people they're not us. Let's just say that are creating this. They are not fucking us. They are not us. They're ideologically opposed to us. They don't like us. That's who now controls the fucking industry. It's a bunch of fucking social justice authoritarian leftists. That's who it is that control this shit, straight up.
Wow.
And they're using these characters that they didn't create as a vehicle to put forth their personal ideals. It's happening in comic books and it's happening in the media. Period.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, look, I continue doing it, okay? I mean, again, Marvel's not in a place at all where, again, there's a reason when they started this universe out that it was not pandering to social justice bullshit, and it's because they couldn't. They're not in a place to keep doing that because the trends are going in the wrong direction. Since Endgame, it has been a massive decline in this universe, a massive decline. Social justice, wokeness, all of that, it will not, it's never, ever, ever going to be a sustainable business model. It's never a way to build a business, and it's never a way to sustain a business. It cannot succeed. End of discussion. It's why they don't create from the ground up with wokeness, because they know that they can't. It's why they try to hijack things that are already successful, and then you get this kind of fake idea that it's successful. Disney Star Wars is a great example of that. You know, it was front loaded with success, and it looked like that it was really operating on a high level. And a lot of people, present party here, me, I was fooled by it, and ultimately you start to see those elements start to play into it at some point in time. And it's like I always say, social justice is like a disease. And if you have a healthy body, when that disease, gets involved with it, it takes a long, long time for that disease to take any effect. But if you have an unhealthy body and that disease gets a hold of you, it can take it over quickly. That's why if something like Star Wars was extremely healthy, and it took a little while, but once it got in there, it was over. Same with Marvel. Marvel was healthy. Now Marvel's not healthy, and that disease is continuing to attack. It's not going to be pretty. Not going to be pretty at all. So let's see. All right. So we got 3,500 people here. We got a lot of super chats. Ryan is thrilled to read all these super chats. He's thrilled. So,
well, it's funny because pandering to China, the way that they pander to China and the way that they have to deal with it is just like the Cultural Revolution that China dealt with. So you create the monster and then you're beholden by that monster forever. So they know that these psychos, these fans, these people on Twitter are going to go on there and they're going to be attack dogs, and they're going to hold them basically to this standard that they themselves created to try to take hold of power. But once you create that mob mentality and you let the genie out of the bottle, you can't control it anymore. So you continue to double and triple down until you basically destroy yourself. And this is where, as fans too, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. So you have to invest in IPs like the Ripperverse, new projects like that. And you have to know, as difficult as it is sometimes, when your franchise is done and there's no getting it back, because these are corporations worth billions of dollars. As a fan base, some of these ships have sailed. It's done. Like, they're not coming back. These franchises are not coming back until these companies basically become bankrupted and those IPs are sold, or they lose so much money that they realize they need to revert to some sort of nostalgic way that they did things, which is probably going to be too late anyway, because now you're going to have multiple generations removed from when people actually gave a shit. You're not going to succeed in that. So you have to move forward, and you can look to the past and remember, hey, the good times. You can go back to old Star Wars. You can read the books. You can go back to the old comics. There's nothing wrong with that, because those things are always going to exist, and you want to keep those traditions around to show people, hey, this is how it used to be. It was pretty good shit. But you just have to know when to quit and when to move forward and what to invest in. And it's just creating that new culture, because it took them decades to get to the point where they are now. You're not going to get it back in just a few short years. It's going to be a long-term fight.
Yeah, 100%. Like, definitely, I think the best case scenario is for, like, pretty much all of people's like the old IPs that people like and enjoy. Like, though the best case scenario is those assets get sold off to people that actually give a fuck about the product. And I just don't see that happening unless, like I say, they start really seeing economic consequences to it. There's always been rumors floating around with what Warner's going to do with DC and all of that. And it's going to be interesting to see how that stuff unfolds. But, like, I think it's especially so. First of all, the fact that anybody, like, I obviously take personal issue, and Rolo will probably feel me on this, is one of the guys who talked a lot about the political stuff. Like, to even pay lip service to socialism being a positive thing is fucking criminal as far as I'm concerned. It should be looked at. I can't even say separate them from Nazis, because Nazis were absolutely socialist by any means. But people don't look at socialism and communism, which they used to be used in, or like they were used basically synonymously as terms up until like recent decades. But people don't look at like the hammer and sickle as evil as they do with the swastika, when they should. But socialism is an evil son of a bitch. It has ruined the lives of many throughout human history. It's killed more people than really anything in human history. When you consider the democide that was all orchestrated by communistic, socialistic regimes, from Zedong, Pol Pot, to fucking Stalin, to Hitler, to all these pieces of shit, even in pockets of Africa. When you consider like Somalia being a failed fucking socialist state, and plenty of other areas that socialism is, after North Korea fucking has absolutely fucking destroyed over the course of even the last fucking 100 years. The fact that anybody, especially using an IP like in Marvel, to pay lip service to socialistic fucking politics is criminal. And if that don't do it for you, I don't know if anybody. Come on, Disney has made it abundantly clear they take no problem with fucking teachers grooming your goddamn children on sexuality. If that didn't do it, the socialism shit should for sure do it.
Yeah. If Captain America's not punching the dude that says that socialism is great, then we got a fucking problem. That's as far as I'm concerned. Captain America should be beating the shit out of whoever says that line.
Yes,
oh man,
absolutely.
well I know what Captain Falcon's gonna say. He's gonna say,
well,
"You know
maybe
what?
he's got a point. Maybe he's got a point.
We got to work on stuff, Senator.
You have to do better. Do better, man.
I gotta read this. Hell, Geeks Gamers, happy Valentine's Day. I was gonna ask Steph if she would be my Valentine, but I think I'll ask Jay after that Titanic clip in the intro.
Totally fine. I understand. Yeah.
So weird.
Somebody in the chat said Jay either looks stoned or groggy tonight. Which is it, Jay?
I don't even want to really speak on it too much because I'll just go because this is terrible. Like today, somebody. This is why a lot of us do what we're trying to do. It's like, can you share my screen? Like somebody sent me this today, and I couldn't believe this is a real children's book. And then when I did some research on it, like it's not only this, but a whole bunch of other of these books that they're like putting in our schools for kids to read. This one about Dr. Fauci. They had one about
they got AOC. They got Big Mike Obama.
Like,
they got
There was a couple that were about that were just literally telling kids like if you think you're not a boy, you can keep it a secret. It's something weird I was going through, like, and it's like we have gotten to this place where it is I've said this 100 times before. Back in the 60s, there was a guy named Selinsky. I think that's what his name was. He wrote a book called Rules for Radicals.
Oh, Saul Alinsky.
Saul Alinsky. He wrote this book, and these social justice warriors are following these 13 rules to a T, to where if they could keep us all divided and fighting, and then I mean, there's even one of the rules is about ridiculing your enemy till they give up, and that's why like we're getting called racist and phobes and all these things like that if we don't accept what they're trying to push, and then they play victim on top of it so they can receive money and receive like important whatever they were trying to receive from all this stuff. And so from the colleges, we had all these people indoctrinated from these people from the colleges. Now they're going out and they're teaching elementary kids. They have been put in position in our entertainment. They have been put in all these different unique, weird positions where it just kind of happened. And now they're like, now we're in a position. Let's go. Let's push what we're trying to push. And instead of treating like this weird mental illness like stuff that's going on here, it's like we're cheering for, like these people are cheering for it and giving them even more position. And it's sad because it's like the timeline is like you start with the hippies, they become college professors, they indoctrinate the college students grow up, and then now they're teaching we see it all the time on Twitter, like they're teaching our kindergarten first and second graders, where people ask about that the Parental Rights and Education Act in Florida, where they call it the Don't Say Gay bill. Well, I think it should be, and it just goes up to third grade, where you don't teach children about sex and sexual stuff.
It's not that radical. Yeah.
I thought it should go all the way to sixth grade. Honestly, at third grade, I still think it's too young to sit down and talk to a third grader about you might be a different gender or something like that. That's crazy. Yeah. And it's like if they can get them now at this young age and infest all this stuff, they just want to control and keep everybody divided and fighting with one another. So the people that are up in charge they're just having a field day watching all this stuff happen. Well, they're just having a field day, and it's like, and Rip is right. It's up to all of us to keep speaking out, to start creating stuff, to start being that alternative from media to comic book creations, to book creations, to epic verse, movie creations. Even if it started on a lower budget, you just got to start. You have to start. And there's people in the chat that I know are extremely creative, and you just have to start. You just have to start. These people are writing books for kids, and all they're doing is calling the school and just saying, I want to drop these off and put them in the school. And they're all about maybe you're a transgender, maybe you're and this is kindergarten, first grade. And so like that's all it takes is for you to write a book. You can do it for free. You can write a book, go to Amazon, they will print it out, they could sell it right there. It doesn't cost you anything. And they could buy as many as they want and go to whatever school they want and just say, hey, can you put this in your library? Can you put this in whatever? And it's like, and that's from that level. And then you go all the way up to the entertainment level, and it's like these little messages here and there. Socialism is good. Socialism is good. Man, I'm not trying to talk about myself, but I built schools and stuff in these countries where it is like so poor that they don't even have toilet paper. And people are just scrounging for anything they want to eat. And that's what they want. These people want that here. It's like, I would love to send them over to some of these countries that I've been at where they're saying, oh, socialism's good and this is good and that's good and America's so bad. And just let them live there for a week. I guarantee you that'll change their tune. It's just unbelievable. So now is the time.
Shout out Brittany Griner.
Sorry, I keep going, but it's like, now's the time. Now's the time for the next renaissance. It's the time.
Does it begin on Saturday?
My book drops Saturday. Yeah.
There you go.
6 o'clock.
Stay tuned.
And it's not even that big a deal. It's a simple children's story where people of all ages can read and just have a fun time, and a story that encourages whatever, there's no political, there's none of that agenda crap. There's none of that stuff in there. And it's like, how do we get to this point where kids are missing that in their own school?
Yeah.
Where every book they pick up, from coloring books to everything else, is all propaganda bullcrap. It's unbelievable. They showed a video of a library, and I'll be done. They showed a video of a library in Florida after our governor passed that law where they're like, we don't want this porn stuff in our children's. And people came in and had to remove so many books out of a children's library because that's all it was. That's all it was this is what it's like to be gay. This is what it's like to be. And you shouldn't be teaching no sex across the board. Like none. Like to a child. And it's like they kept removing, and people are like, dang, all those books had like some kind of porn propaganda stuff for kids. Yes, they did. And that's why they removed them. And it's just like, what the heck is going on, man? We just quietly let this stuff like float in, and it doesn't affect. People don't realize it until it affects them where it hits them. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yep,
it does. It's like, if
it's
you're
not a problem until it's
person,
in your backyard.
You're like, what the heck? It's in my comic books. If you're a movie person, what the heck? It's in my movies. If you got children, you're like, what the heck? It's in my school. If you got this, is what the heck? It's here. And now that it's starting to hit people back and forth, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm glad a lot of people are waking up and just saying enough is enough. Like, we've had enough. Sorry. All right. I'm done.
That was good, Jay. You earned your cookie for the night, buddy.
All right,
no, that was seriously. That was really good, Jay. That was really good.
Real fucking good. Yeah.
Ryan really wants to highlight this comment.
Yeah. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. Jay's the kind of guy that clapped and cried tears of joy when Captain Marvel showed up in Endgame.
I actually did. You know why? Because I knew what was going to happen. I knew Thanos was going to punch her right in her dead face.
I fucking cheered in the theaters when that shit happened. And so did half the theater.
No, I was pissed because he needed an Infinity Stone to do it.
Man, tonight's a great crowd. Appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you for being patient with super chats. We'll get to them. You guys have been mega supportive tonight. We got a couple more topics to talk about. Let's see. What is it?
Is this a guy that was the same guy that was trolling you in your chat the other day on your Cobra Cast?
Commander?
He's back in the chat again.
Commander? Yeah. What's he saying now?
He said that you're trying to radicalize everybody and you're using the ladies to hypnotize
There it
people.
is. Don't fall for it. So this is Lieutenant Commander Racist. So don't fall for it, people. Cobra is a liar and a bigot and will radicalize mentally retarded children with your money. Don't support his lies or his friends. They use the ladies to hypnotize you.
Dude,
is he a troll or paid opposition? He sounds like paid opposition.
He's a major troll, bro. He was going off and yeah.
That's funny.
If I could just add something to kind of like what Jay was saying that I feel like needs to be said is and it gets said a lot, but I feel like it needs to be said like this. That's why it's so important to nowadays homeschool your kids. Like you have to homeschool your kids nowadays because these weirdos will specifically they desire to go and hold a teaching job so that they can indoctrinate your kids. It's not like they've been indoctrinated and tricked these politics and then just happen to fall into these jobs and then are teaching these policies and that they've been tricked into believing. No, these people are actively seeking out jobs that they intend to indoctrinate your kids against you. And that's not their job to program your kids. They're your kids. You program your kids the way you want them to. What your beliefs are, what your fundamental values are, that is your job to program your children, not these weirdos who are gay and who can't have kids because that is their choice to not have had kids based on their sexuality. And then they want to go into the classroom and teach your kid how to live and how to be because they don't have kids themselves. No, that's why it's so important. You homeschool your kids nowadays, or at least send them to a private school that you have vetted out, that you believe in, that you know none of that funny business is going on, because it is so dangerous nowadays to send your kids to a public school. And it's so easy to give your kids an iPad, but those kids on an iPad, they can find anything on YouTube. Those kids are so fucking good at YouTube on iPads, and that's even dangerous too. So, for young parents and for future parents, wisely consider homeschooling your kids for the foreseeable future, because it's just getting worse.
Well said, my friend. Well said, Beardo. I played this last night, and I think it applies right now, but it also just gives us something to laugh about. Alex Jones does the single best Cobra Commander impersonation I've ever heard. And so let's listen to this thing of beauty.
In and out of the country for years after the bombing, and it turned out is an MI6 officer, not an asset, not an agent, an officer. Let me say it again. An officer of MI6 commanded, quote, Destro. All you cops think you're G.I. Joe. You actually work for Cobra. But look how simple that is, that you work for Cobra and you don't even know it. The government is Cobra. We here at Cobra sow chaos to bring order and weapon sales. See, it's all a big joke, all in your face. Look how the police dress like Cobra. And all the children watching that, everybody thought Cobra was cooler. You were all being imprinted. All being imprinted with predictive programming. Cobra brings in a world government. Cobra gets rid of gold, brings in cashless systems. Cobra brainwashes kids through television. Have you watched those old 80s cartoons? Cobra currency.
God damn it, Alex Jones. He is the most entertaining human being on the planet. He's not
Everything
wrong.
was true, though. Everything was true.
He's not wrong, but he's also so entertaining while he does it. And it's wild, man. Wild.
That was like the third.
stuff.
That's like the plot of the third Terminalist book, basically. That show's gonna be good if Amazon has the balls to actually keep that series straight to the books. I'll be impressed, because I don't think they're gonna have the balls to do it, because you'll see I'll tell you if that series is going to be good if the opening scene of the second season is what it is in the book. I don't think they're going to have the balls to do that. I won't even say what it is. They're not going to have the balls to do it.
What's his name? The guy, the writer behind the book. What's the guy's?
Jack Carter?
Yeah. So is he isn't he involved in the creative process of the show?
Yeah, he is.
The first season is actually very different from the books.
It is.
It's very true to the heart of it. But
they got it close.
But the Terminal List, it's a fucking mystery that's unfolding the season. In the book, you know everything immediately, and so you know everything. You know the entire fucking conspiracy, and you're seeing as he pieces it together. So that's one of the reasons it's way different. And I do think the changes do make sense for a better TV show, but season 2. They lean hard into two things that are going to be interesting to talk about, which is one, fucking Russian shit, but two, Islamic extremism.
Terrorism. Oh yeah, big time.
Big time extremism. So
they eventually get to and then they eventually get into CIA involvement with things that you're like, this is pretty fucked up that the CIA would do these things. And it's like, yeah, of course, this is what they do. So it's pretty good. But they hate it because Jack Carr basically writes it. I call it the O.J. Simpson book of if I had done it, this is how I would do it. He's like, if I were to go against the government, this is basically how I would do it. So
yeah,
that's why they hate that book so much. A lot of it is basically like, this is what I would do.
And the books are, I'll say the books are pretty fucking based.
Yeah,
Like,
they're based as hell. They're
like
awesome.
The books are
They're
really
awesome.
based. They do like in the show, they make it a little more apolitical, which is probably a good thing for like general audiences. You know what I mean? So
Yep. So all right, we got one more topic to talk about. But before we talk about that topic, we're gonna knock out a couple more. We got BMC. CB.
What up, CB? Nice.
Let's see. Sending a bit of my sweet tax-free money your way. I fully encourage that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank
are
for the
you?
support.
So he might be out right now. That might be what's going on.
I know. That's what I'm thinking.
I know BMC was supposed to. I think he was supposed to go on maybe his last deployment, if I remember. It's a little mixed up for some of the super chats, but yeah, if you're getting that money tax free, you're certainly out there. So stay safe, man.
That's
nice.
what I thought.
Oh yeah.
Cole Hauser says, thanks Tuesday night's main event for all you do. Love you all. Thanks Drunk 3PO and Ryan. I picked up Revenge of the Sith on PS2 after you guys talked about it. Again, thanks Jeremy, Rolo, Eric, Epic, Beardo, Ryan, Drunk 3PO, Steph, and Krista. Yes,
it's a great game.
It is a great game. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. And thank you for the very, very generous super chat. Appreciate that. All right, let's see here. All right, so Ryan, your favorite person.
We missed this super chat.
Oh my god.
That
Look at the picture.
God damn it.
What is it? My penis hurts for $5. Jay, every time Daddy sees you, Daddy gets excited. Happy Valentine's Day, babe. Follow back.
What?
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 The crying Jay. That's who's responsible for that? Krista or Steph?
Krista.
Krista, look at her.
You can tell because she's like, yeah, she's like, what?
Thanks for the super chat.
I'm okay. I'm happy. Like that's where the happy meme came from. Because Krista had you on that frowny face. You're like, I'm happy. But you look like you were crying. It was bad. Krista looks very guilty right now. So, got anything to say, Krista?
Just drop those blue-haired Jays in chat, please.
They're already doing it.
Emoji.
They're already doing it.
Thank you.
All right, so this is a topic I have not covered a lot on this channel. Probably a mistake because Velma has been algorithm gold. Shout out to Disparu and many.
Oh my god,
crushing it with the Velma coverage. And Velma has turned out to be objectively like one of the worst received shows we've ever seen, if not the how low is it? Like has anything been received worse than this?
It's 7% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty rough. If you look at IMDb, it's officially the lowest rated animated series of all time. People on the left hated it. People on the right hated it. And worst of all, for a show that's supposed to be funny, it wasn't funny at all. And of course, doing all of this while bastardizing and destroying every ounce of the Scooby-Doo universe they could possibly destroy. And now it's mercifully over. There are rumors of potentially a second season happening. They confirmed they're looking into it. It's in development. They might have already done a lot of work on it, invested a lot of money in it, so they might be doing it anyway. But regardless, it's been a disaster. And shockingly, Mindy Kaling, who, let's be real, she was one of the focal points of this project. She's the one who wanted Velma to look like her, to have all of her experiences for Race Swap Velma. She's been a little bit quiet about it. She's got this terrible picture of LeBron James on her Twitter, which again, like, this is like a terrible, it's like 2 pixels, basically. That's what she decides to post. But other than that, she's been strangely quiet. In fact, she's actually deleted some of her Velma tweets. She's trying to distance herself from the show. I do have some of the tweets. Remember this? This was on January 13th. She put out this post. Velma was the biggest premiere day for an HBO Max animated series ever. So out of like 3 shows, that's basically what that means. She's deleted that tweet. She also deleted the tweet she put out the day it came out. I'm honored to voice Velma in this hilarious and sometimes very scary show. This is on January 12th, January 13th. They both got ratioed to hell, and now she's deleted them. very quietly after the series ended because she doesn't want anything to do with this. Despite their claims of incredible ratings, when you look at the Nielsen ratings that finally came out for that week in question, somehow Velma's nowhere to be found. Even on original programming, which is down below 300 million minutes watched, which these things came out weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago, Velma is nowhere. It was not a hit. It wasn't anything. Nobody watched this shit. A lot of people did roast what they saw, especially on social media. But this is one of the biggest disasters we've seen in a long time. So much that even Mindy Kaling is trying to distance herself from it.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that there's going to be a season 2? Do you really think it's going to happen, Ryan? Or anybody from the panel, but I know you've been covered, so.
I think it will, because it sounds like they had done a lot of like pre stuff for it. Like they were planning on doing it from the beginning. So because it was like a day after that we saw that they had actually registered all of the potential episodes and when they were supposed to release. So it's like it was already happening. If they're smart, regardless of how much money they have put in it, they would cancel it and get more goodwill from people. But like it's probably not going to happen. And they do have when you look at some of the voice actresses or voice actors and the voice talent for this, it's some fairly big names. It's not like nobodies. It's actual actors and actresses for the most part. So I think they'll stick with it. They probably invested a decent amount of money in it.
Let me say this and I'll let you go. Hang on. So I hope that we do get a season 2 because I would like to correct all of my mistakes by covering season 2, getting a lot of money, getting a lot of views, because we're certainly not going to get a season 3. So please, HBO Max, Mindy, please give us a season 2 so I can also benefit from the algorithm gold, which is Velma. Go ahead, Jay.
Can you pull up her Twitter account again?
Mm-hmm.
This might not be anything. Can you go to the top?
Mm-hmm.
Does this show? Oh, no, go up a little higher. Followed by Drunk 3PO and
correct.
All right, I just wanted to see that. All right, I don't know why I followed her. All right.
What Joe?
You follow a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true.
Jay, you could have checked yourself.
Look at one of the first replies to this. Why did you delete your tweet?
It'd be terrible if people went and liked and retweeted the tweet of why did you delete your tweet.
This dude that ratioed her is so funny. This guy, I'm paralyzed from the waist down. After 20 years in a wheelchair, I finally stood up to turn your show off.
That's always a good one.
Oh man, look at those likes.
It's weird because she found herself in a pickle because she liked a J.K. Rowling tweet a year ago. And so then she was kind of canceled for liking a tweet, and then she drops this show out, and it's like nobody likes it. Nobody likes it, but it's almost like there was enough hate watch going on because it was so bad that they greenlighted another season.
Well, I mean,
they probably greenlit it from the start.
I butchered JK's name a lot, but I've never said Rollins. I was thinking about the baseball,
the baseball glove.
Yeah.
JK Rowling.
JK Rollins.
I call
chat's.
I know. It doesn't matter. I always call her that. I butchered Shang-Chi. I called it Chai Tea by accident, and I've never went back. Some come Lu Chai Tea.
You want to hear a good one? So during Cobra Cast, somebody sent me a super chat. They're like, I'd already answered it once. They were like, "Hey, you should invite Scroats Magoat on. He's the guy that Tim Pool kind of had his meltdown on the super chat."
Scroats Magoat.
Yeah. So the second time somebody asked, I said Socrates Magoat. I was like Socrates Magoat because that's what it looked like on the super chat.
Somebody's got to make an avatar for that, a statue of Socrates with a goat face on it. Goat in the toga.
Oh.
Yeah, I say Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah, Seacom Luke.
Sometimes I think LeBron James is more literate than Jeremy is.
I guess the first page of the book he reads is always, it's just got the alphabet on it, so he always knows what he's doing. It's like, here's a reminder.
Type in J.K. Rowling. That's so funny.
When Jay said J.K. Rollins, it was so distracting.
I'm gonna go into the game now and look at the Quidditch pitch and see if there's like a broom that's like J.K. Rollins. It's gonna be like the athletic material made for the game, like all the gear. That's gonna be the brand.
Socrates McGoat 2024.
No crates, McGoat.
Oh man, a lot of funny memes for sure. Yeah, pulling it right back to Velma. But has anyone else seen the show here? Has anyone else watched it?
I literally just watched Disparu's reviews of it.
Reviews are fantastic.
I watched the first 4 or 5 episodes or something like that. Then I stopped it.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that one. What was that one that I think Disparu posted a picture of? Like, what was it? Fred, his body was splashed.
It's Fred's mom. Fred's mom's body was splashed, and Velma was twerking over her dead body.
Yeah, covered in blood. Yeah.
God.
I mean,
she also hopped on a stripper pole to get her father's attention.
Yep.
And she's 15 years old.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Classic.
Holy crap.
Classic. Yeah.
Wow. Jeez, man.
Again, it's like two things. One, they painted themselves in a corner because they can't be funny anymore because you can't make funny jokes now because everybody gets offended. And two, it's like when you make shit like this, it's like, are you trying to be funny and ironic, or did you hate the source material? Do you have like some bone to pick with the source material sometimes? Because I wonder like these people co-opt things so in such a way that it almost seems like I'm just here to shit on your memories because I'm an asshole. And that's really how it seems like Velma was one of those. That's like, I'm just going to be subversive just for the hell of it because it's going to piss people off and use the typical woke bullshit comedy that's never funny. They try to be ironic or like wink, wink, nod, nod. That's all like, hey, I'm calling out the patriarchy, or hey, this is racism. Wink, wink, nod, nod. And it's always so obvious that it just seems it seems disingenuous even for them, like to their own audience. Like you see here that even they hate it because at this point they've gone so far to sapping humor and everything out of everything because of political correctness that they even hate everything. Like fans of this material hate it themselves because they're so damn miserable because they don't even know what humor is anymore.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, let's see what happens again. Season 2. If it does happen, I don't see them trying to improve the show at all because obviously there's only going to be that last season. So if it happens, it'll be more gold for a lot of creators out there. And I guess that's the only thing you can take from it for sure. All right, we got Marcus Henry. This was earlier in the show. I wanted to hit this real quick. Marcus Henry for $10 says, you think Quartering will read his super chats when he streams with the inevitable question grilling about Sydney will come up. How much pressure people put on Tim, they'll be expecting it. I mean, I think that Jeremy's already addressed the Sydney Watson thing. He's made a long tweet, very in detail in terms of how he feels about it. And so I think if people super chat him so that he can repeat that, I think that would be some damn good grifting. Because my entire problem and a lot of people's problem was that Tim just would not acknowledge this thing at all. So if people start super chatting someone constant questions after they've addressed it and they can just keep repeating that answer, fucking hell, send me super chats all day long. You know what I mean? That would be a great situation to find yourself in. But yeah, I mean the whole Sydney thing is kind of wild, and I'm still looking further into it because people asked me about it, and I was like, I don't typically cover lawsuits. It's not to say I haven't ever, but there's a guy named Nick Ricada that's a little bit better at it than me, just slightly better at it, and a few other people as well. And so, but we'll see. But Jeremy's good peeps, so shout out to the Quartering. He needs a shout out. Help him out. Coffee Brand Coffee. You know the drill. His channel's dying. Hit that little, hey guys, there's a little red subscribe button on the bottom of the channel. If you take your mouse and you hover the arrow over the little red subscribe button, if you click it, then I'll appreciate earning your subscription today. Isn't that how he does it basically? Oh man. All right. So Ryan, you ready
to read super chats?
Yeah.
I'll pull it up.
You sound thrilled. I'm gonna hit a couple while you're pulling up the Google Doc. We have Rob Robinson just dropped a 50.
50.
It said, "I love you all. Take care. Take care." That's what's up right there. Let's see. We got a 50 from Rob Robinson. Another one. This is the second 50. This is from earlier.
Let's
Spent some time in, I don't know how to say this, Eritrea.
Eritrea?
Eritrea and Ethiopia in the 90s. Looking back, very strange time. 30-year civil war when Eritrea decided to leave Ethiopia. And I believe he sent that one when Jay was talking about being overseas, things like that.
I was in Rwanda, and I was in Rwanda like after that the horrible civil war that happened there, and then we built like these rain collectors in Kenya and right outside of Nairobi. So that's a rough place, man. That's a rough place. So, but yeah, never went to Africa. I never went to Ethiopia though. Never went there.
Fast there.
Yeah.
And you got the 50 that Rob Robinson just sent, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mike.
What'd Mike do?
It's just like, yeah, I went over there and I was helping people, and Ryan's like, they're fast over there.
They are.
I got a 20 from Magnum Norris. Why would I buy a house rat? I'm the Intercontinental Champion of the world. Tim Pool can't handle the Macho Man Randy Savage, the Intercontinental. Oh yeah, dude, Macho Man has some of the best promos ever. He's not the best promo ever, but he's certainly top tier. Cream of the crop. Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's some of the best ever. Hail to the Macho Man. If you don't respect the Macho Man, you're not a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Period. End of discussion.
You gotta get his pinky going when he does that.
If anybody disrespects Macho Man in my chat, I go members only immediately. That's how much we respect the Macho Man around here. Okay.
Marcus Henry for $5. Rolos are weird. Silverado for $5.
Still never had one. I've still never had one.
All right. If you don't have a Valentine on Valentine's Day, don't be sad. Most people don't have AIDS on World AIDS Day.
Holy shit.
Oh, man. Good point.
Holy shit.
Liam Kahn for $5. Jeremy, if you like The Promised Neverland, you should really check out Made in Abyss. It's a great show that doesn't turn to shit after season 1.
I have heard about A Promised Neverland season 2. So I think I've watched a little bit of it. I think I watched like the first 2 episodes of season 2, which I enjoyed season 2 so far, but I don't know the manga. So I don't know if that's going to have any impact on my viewing of it, but I really did like season 1.
Ruthie, what's up, Ruthie? For $2 says Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day, Ruthie.
Thank you.
Jay was really
chocolate.
excited about that. Frostbite.
We should at some point get Beardo to read some super chats, just because in that hype man voice. I like that idea.
Sounds good to me. Smacker shows up.
Except for when Titty Smacker. Titty Smacker always got to be Ryan.
And Spider Claw.
Yeah.
Frostbite for 10. Hail G&G. Rippa. I'm currently re-editing my first novel around 115,000 words. As someone with no experience or following, any advice for publishing? Rather hear from a pro than that asshole Jeremy.
I mean, everybody has different aspirations, man. So how you publish it or what the plan is going to be entirely dependent on what your actual aspirations are. And I'm always about self-publishing. I think all the tools are there for people to be able to do that in this day and age, but it just depends. Some people have more aspirations of getting their name out. So in that case, publishing under a publishing house, I don't even know how useful that is, but it may be more useful than just doing it on your own. So it really entirely depends on kind of what the plan is or what you're hoping to accomplish out of publishing, that book. But I'd say think hard about it, because self-publishing is a thing that you can do. It's even more affordable than people I think may think, but it does require a lot of work that a lot of people aren't prepared to do. And you're gonna have to learn about that industry. So it just depends on where you're at in your life with that.
Hey, right there. The people love when Ryan reads the super chats. The people get what the people want. Ryan, your misery continues. And I'm not saying it's confirmed, but I heard a rumor that Ryan might be appearing on Mario Kart a little more often. We'll
Stunning and
see.
brave.
I heard a rumor that Ryan might be showing up on Mario Kart. He missed Ripa, and Ripa needs somebody that's running at least 6th or 7th to compete with because he sucks now. So
I don't know where you heard that shit. Sounds like a Shane Cashman article to me. But Taters Vivo for $20. The video title is "Please Don't Buy Atomic Heart" and has black lines over the eyes on the thumbnail. He also says if you bought Hogwarts, click off this video and go watch Joe Rogan or play COD. Seems a little on the nose. I actually looked it up. The video has like over 1 million views and it's getting fucking ratioed to hell.
What is this now? What is this from?
It's about the Atomic Heart thing.
Oh yeah.
Russia,
Okay,
Ukraine.
yeah.
Hayden for 20. So maybe just random, just got here. With the Ohio catastrophe, don't people need to worry about what the food situation in the fall will be like? That stuff seems to be coming in rain based on some reports. Rain could poison crops. Yeah, so I don't really know what to make of the entire East Palestine, Ohio situation yet. I think there's probably a lot of overreaction, and there's probably a lot of stuff we don't know, and there's probably stuff that's worse than we think. I think there's probably, it's all over the place in terms of that. I know that. So I actually had training and was coordinating constantly between the Navy, emergency services, the city of San Diego, things like that, because we did a lot of prep when we had several reactors that were operating right off the coast in San Diego. And so we would always constantly be running drills. And one of the biggest parts of that is getting clear, concise, and reliable information to the public. That's something that they have really failed at in terms of this, which just then leads people to panic, which leads people to think the worst. And maybe they rightfully should be thinking the worst. I have no idea about this type of chemical situation. But when you see questions like, why did they try to put it out right away? It might be because that's a highly volatile thing. Sometimes putting water on something can make something a fuck ton worse. So there can be a lot of different reasons for why people responded the way they did. I don't know all the information. I'll be trying to look into it more in next coming days. But yeah, I would definitely be careful and try to get all the information you can if you're living in that area.
All right. Well said. It's crazy, dude. It's dangerous. It's scary. And fuck Joe Biden. I normally don't talk politics on this channel directly, but fuck Joe Biden. All right, real quick. Bashy Washy. First, you JK Rowling lovers need to use this money for some Hogwarts giveaway. Yes, we have to do that, and I am committed to doing that. Next Tuesday, we'll do it. Or maybe we should just do it on Mario Kart. We'll do it. I don't know. We'll do it in the very near future. I'll match it, says Bashy Washy. Second, you need to readdress Zach's comments again, just cause. LOL. Hail chat, hail panel. P.S. In this fast, and let's do another Cobra Cast IRL, Jeremy. The grift is real. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. Let's see if you guys want. Do you guys want another Cobra Cast tonight? I'll consider it. I really wasn't going to, but if you tell me I have to listen to the audience. So I guess we'll see. Krista, put a poll in the chat. It says Cobra Cast IRL, yes or no tonight, or Cobra Cast IRL tonight, yes or no. And then check this out. We knew this was happening. This is from Jay Schwalbach. He says,
oh my gosh,
Valentine, go Jay, go. Critical drinker sitting there just hanging out with me.
Thanks.
It's the party, man.
Chat
It's a
is
train.
the MVP. The locals chat is the MVP.
my gosh.
So thank you, Jay Schwalbach. We all knew that would happen with the Canadian Bears.
I'm banging everything right now. Everybody who puts a picture up, I'm humping something. So
Oh my god.
appreciate the action.
He's a humper.
EHEF
All right.
for 5. That intro made me J&A's.
All right.
Magnum Norris for 20. This blue story would be easy.
I don't know what he meant by that. I saw it come in. I'm like,
Me
I
neither.
don't know what you mean by. Obviously, you're talking about Eliza Blue. Maybe he's saying it's easy to address. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Thanks,
but-
Magnum Norse. Big Mike for 2. Beanie Man bad. Jeremy 24/7.
Hell yeah, let's roll. Let's roll, Big Mike. Big Mike is really mad, but that's okay. We'll take that up over on CobraCast. Take that up over on CobraCast.
Big Mike isn't mad.
Big Mike's
Mike
really
sent
mad
it-
at me.
Big Mike
He's
sent
mad
a
at me
super
over the
chat.
Tim Pool.
He sent me his super chat, and it is a he. A little bit later for $2. Big Mike, binging Ryan's content lately. Excellent. Thank you, Ryan. No problem, Big Mike. Young Sykes for 20. One problem with Marvel is, as Eric and Gary stated before, they skip good stories and characters, even some good black ones, to get to major events in the next major event with no buildup and diminishing stakes. Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. Sean Ladrigan for 10. Today sucked, but at least we get TNME. Yo, Jay, I love the koozie that came with my pirate shirt. I haven't been drinking, but my B-day's this weekend, so I'll make an exception.
Awesome, man. I'm glad you liked it.
Nice.
Hey, look at there.
Happy birthday.
Guys, I love your Fortnite streams. Rolo was awesome. Well, you're going to have to tune in tomorrow night here on the main Geeks and Gamers channel because we're going to be running Fortnite. Yeah, all right, it's happening. I see the fucking poll. Okay, I'm going live. You win. I'm going to punish myself to go make super chats and grift. I'm going to punish
I just want to watch Jeremy have to go live every night until he starts crying and breaking down on the stream. Listen, it's 2 a.m. I'm reading about all this AI, and I just started clicking links.
Cobra Crew wins. Yes, Cobra Crew wins. It's happening tonight after Tuesday night's main event. So but we're not speeding this show up. This show still matters. So we're going to let Ryan read super chats. I'm going to interrupt him.
I'm going to speed it up. Hayden for $20. Love to Eric. I know it takes a while. I'm just excited and want a voice that... Hold on. Love to Eric. I know it takes a while. I'm just excited and wanted a voice that he's doing better than the big two. It takes time. That's fine, but I'm still waiting. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Gay Ryan for $10. Hey, fellas.
Wait, what?
Name's Gay Ryan.
Sorry.
Yeah, I wish you could show the profile picture.
Oh, I didn't see it. I just see the super chat.
He's been super chatting me on CobraCast.
Oh,
really good.
Should I do it in an accent?
Yes.
Oh no.
Hey fellas, love y'all or hope y'all are having a magical Valentine's Day. Personally, I'd love to see epic Mike in his birthday suit. Tee-hee-hee. Anyways, fellas, hail chat, kiss kiss.
Shoot your eye out, kid.
Well, probably shoot your eye out.
Oh man, that was not good at all. In fact,
Oh my God. I am never gonna financially recover from this.
Bill Sotheby for $5. You guys are my Emperor Nero. Play the fiddle for me while Rome burns.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty good. Shadow Knight for 10. Love G&G, FNT, the Fellowship, and everybody here. Finally managed to catch a live since I'm a truck driver now. Wish everyone the most based and lovely evenings. Also, Jay, you have nice feet. No homo.
$50,000 fine. $40,000. Yeah,
Those are your
$40,000
teeth,
fine.
not your feet.
Yeah. Why did you
You
do
said
that,
you have
Jay?
nice feet.
Oh, I thought you said teeth.
This guy's super chats. Jay, you have nice feet. No homo. And you just start smiling like a Cheshire cat.
I was showing off my teeth, my perfect teeth.
Dermy Wormy for 2. Hufflepuff squad. Thanks, Dermy. James Tiberius Kirk.
Ryan wanted to say something back, but I could tell.
To Jay?
No, to Dermy for being a Hufflepuff. And you're like,
He's already basically just told everybody he's gay in the chat. We spent $2 to tell everyone you're gay. That's fine.
Probably wanted to say something to me too. It's okay.
James Tiberius Kirk for 20. G'day all from Australia. Who's that Steven Seagal mofo with the beard? Bottom left of the Brady Bunch square. LOL. Go CobraCast, IRL, and Ripaverse.
That's Fear the fucking Beardo, the hype man of
Yeah,
Geeks
don't
and
fucking
Gamers.
disrespect me like that ever again, okay?
Steven Seagal, that's not bad.
If it's old school Steven Seagal, it's a massive
depends on which one,
compliment.
yeah.
If it's
If
current
he's got a
Steven Seagal-
slick back, greasy ponytail, then that's okay.
yeah.
I heard somebody tell a story about Steven Seagal where it was like telling these fucking guys, "Oh, I'll fight y'all. You can try to choke me out if you want."
Yes, yeah.
And they choked him out and he shit himself.
Yeah, he did.
That's true.
Jay has a
Wise
story
words.
like that from his convention tours.
Yeah.
Magnum Norse for 10. Why would I buy a rat for $500? I'd rather buy Ripa a shoulder razor.
It's a possum. They don't get rabies.
Oh, that's what that's talking about. Jesus. I had no idea. We have way too many super chats.
Krista wants a possum like as a pet.
Yeah, I
It's
do.
weird.
It's not weird. They're so cute and they don't catch rabies and they're cute and you can have them as pets. They're like dogs and cats together.
Do they really hang from trees with their tails like in the
Yeah.
old movies?
They grip with their tails and they hang upside down. They just chill.
What were you gonna call your
one time,
possum?
one time I was driving my car, a freaking possum runs out right in front of me, man. I hit that thing so hard. I heard
Oh my God.
I heard it like googunk inside the wheel thing, and then I think the wheel like flung it like way out.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fake story.
I stopped and like it's dead.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I decapitated a raccoon one time. It like it ran out in front of me, and instead of like going on or whatever, I was going like 60 down some like county road or something in Indiana, and it just runs out. I couldn't even do anything, and as it gets like right in the middle, it just fucking stands straight
Just
up.
looks at
fucking
you.
boom! I had to hit that thing dead on with my bumper right in the fucking face.
Oh my God.
I didn't stop.
I mean, it should have been on the road.
PETA left the chat.
And by the way, possums do sometimes get rabies. It's just not super common. So
What about
don't be fucking
capybara?
kissing them.
What about
They
a
smell bad.
capybara?
Ooh, a
They
baby
smell bad.
capybara.
They smell really bad.
Those are Jay. Those are Jay.
Ratchet Sam for $20. Jay has a kind soul. Jesus said, "Let the little children come unto me. Our main job as humans on this earth is to protect kids. God bless you, my brother, and thank you for the passion because it's important."
Thank you.
I was very careful reading that because I thought it could take a turn.
Yeah.
So I was very careful. Magnum Norse for 10. I'm bringing the F word back. I don't care no more. LBJ ain't no Muhammad Ali. I'm advocating for that. Thank you, Magnum Norse.
There you go.
Mav Dick for 2. Base Cobra Cast greater than gay Tim Cast IRL.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we already got that one from Bamagrad too.
Okay.
Tunberry Masta for 25. Just chipping in to help support the show. Thank you. Stephen Wasik for 10. They nerfed Nebula's figure. They shrunk her chest area, boxed out
it's
her
bad.
abdomen, and made her look 20 pound-ishes heavier. Doesn't bode well for Guardians 3.
It really, that is bad. As a matter
It's
of
just
fact,
a bad poster.
it's a terrible poster. It's not just Nebula.
Everybody
No, they're all missing boobs.
They're all like, well,
Yeah.
I mean, even like Chris
But
Pratt
Drax
looks-
doesn't look good. Chris Pratt doesn't look good. It all looks weird.
Looks gross.
Well, also,
No-
Drax
no
is
boobs,
like
no bulge.
30 pounds heavier.
That's
in
the Marvel
this
rule.
movie.
I think that's why Bautista isn't shirtless. Like he's been shirtless in most of the Marvel movies, and in this one he's like fully covered up, probably because he's a little bit overweight.
Yeah, he said it's been killing him. Like he hates the workout they has to do.
Well, he gained like 30 or 40 pounds for I think the role in the in my Shyamalan movie because he wanted to look like a normal person. Yeah, and he couldn't lose it fast enough, so he was like, whatever, just put a vest on me. So
Yeah, like this is terrible. This is
Androgynous.
terrible.
that's a dude's body with her head photoshopped
It looks like
onto
it looks like Will Ferrell's body.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
The body
really
has
bad.
a penis on it. Yeah.
Pee-pee.
The penis, big old floppy wiener. Yeah, that's a dude's body. Yeah. It's gross.
But that whole poster is just really, really bad.
Yeah, yeah, it's fucking awful.
Well, they did the same thing with the Supergirl in the Flash poster. She's like got no butt, flat.
That's not real. That's an edit.
Oh,
like that's like a fan made thing that went that one like random fan account tweeted and people thought it was real. They fucking like ran with the story. But yeah, I mean, like the outfit itself, like you saw it in the Flash trailer, it's not like she looks like she got massive tits or anything. But look at her Instagram.
Did you guys want to see the whole poster?
Sure.
Yeah.
I sent it to you, Ryan, and
okay.
We just got $100 super
Oh,
chat.
yeah.
100. Bill
Yay.
Stampede.
Awesome.
Ho, Jeremy. Yo or ho? Ho, Jeremy. I'm a ho, so it's all good. I was at the Orlando meetup. I gave you, Drunk 3PO, a new copy of Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. Was wondering if you have seen it yet. Was hoping for a review. It was a very good. Best video game movie ever. Love you all. Here's a little Valentine's gift for ya. Thank you. I have not watched it yet, and I think I remember talking about this, but like I'm a big fan of the Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter movie. I don't know if that's a popular opinion or not. I think back in the day that was not a very popular movie.
But okay.
So no, but talking, I was talking to him about this. Is what I'm saying. I think I was talking to someone about the Street Fighter movies at the meetup. I recall that, and but the Jean, this is terrible. This is terrible.
I haven't seen the movie.
Oh
I
my
do
gosh.
have it. And I'm watching it along with the first thing I'm watching is oh my gosh, somebody gave me a whole pack of a series that's like some UFO series that I told them I'd watch that first, but then that's next on the list.
Why does Groot look like he developed a couple extra chromosomes? Man.
Oh no.
Looks weird.
What is going on with Gamora's body? It looks like she like got bent in half and they just left her there.
Yeah, it's I mean, like this entire thing looks like edited and weird. Like
yeah,
Where's Yondo?
He's fucking dead.
He died.
I know.
Why does Sean Gunn look so fat? Like
this is an
got a
awful,
real awkward. He's got a weird.
He's
like,
got like a
build.
weasel body. Yeah.
Nothing
the
about
weasel's
this
body
poster
wasn't
works.
like there was no. There.
There's not one single element of this poster that is good.
Star-Lord
It's
looked
all
like he
bad.
just woke up.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Like Chris,
Well,
wake
even
up! We gotta take a picture.
Well, even like everything just looks very like digitized and edited. Like look at his pants. Like it looks like the fucking crotch starts like right here or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
It's weird.
yeah. And
Weird.
Groot looks fucking retarded.
He does. He looks.
That's just a bad poster, and that's
He's
an
got, like,
objectively bad
cankles now.
poster.
They're trying. They're using like Vin Diesel motion capture on his face. It looks like that.
The only one I like is the dog.
Even the dog looks fucking half retarded. Look,
Dog got hit in the head.
half the
No.
dog's face. Look at him. It looks like he fucking took
No,
the jab.
no, he's cute.
Oh my god.
All dogs are
Freaking-
cute.
Freaking Chris Pratt looks like he's got Christian Bale's body from The Machinist. That's what he looks
Yeah,
like.
he looks
so
incredibly
fucking
thin.
skinny, yeah.
That's just a bad poster.
It looks like none of them were even together. Like they took individual pictures and they just like kind of photoshopped them
That's
together.
probably
It
what
looks
they
like
did,
they didn't even take pictures. It just looks like they fucking like AI arted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Or whatever.
Embarrassing.
Anyway, Jay, back to the Street Fighter.
No, this is what someone gave me. I know I had it somewhere. I'm like, they want me to watch this first. Has anybody ever seen this?
Nope.
Yeah. So I'm going. This is a big series. So I'm going through that, and then I get to the Street Fighter. You're talking about the Street Fighter with Van Damme, right?
Well, that's the one I'm talking about from back in the day. The one that he
No, I think
gave
that's
you
the
was
one
the
that he
mini
gave.
series. No, the one he gave you was the mini series from like 2012 or 2013, I think, or whatever. But the as a matter of fact, Cole Hauser, love the Van Damme Street Fighter. Thanks, Jeremy. Yo, Joe, $100. That's what's up. Yes, and a matter of fact, like I haven't watched that one in years. I would like, okay, I know there's only 12 people on the planet that liked Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and I'm one of them.
What the fuck?
I
What the fuck?
I liked Annihilation a lot. Okay,
And he hated Man of Steel.
Oh, fuck
What?
that movie. Fuck that movie.
No,
Shit to
no,
hell.
hold on
Right
for
where
a
it
fucking
belongs.
second.
Right where it
Like one of the
belongs.
worst fucking movies ever made.
And
you're like,
there's a difference between you fucking Man of Steel people. I can admit I like a bad movie. You can, if you just say Man
That's
of Steel
not a bad movie, Jeremy. It's a piece of fucking shit movie. It's one of the worst movies ever fucking made. Has nothing to do with fucking Mortal Kombat.
I like it.
You can like it all you want. It's a piece of shit. And you're going to sit there and try to come at me about Man of fucking Steel and you fucking like Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
Mortal Kombat.
Get the fuck out of here with all of that.
Better than Man of Steel.
That's absolute bullshit. You're out of your fucking mind.
No way.
Yes.
You're sleep deprived. Stop doing the streams. Go to bed.
Wait a minute, because you know what Mortal Kombat Annihilation didn't do? It didn't fuck up Superman.
It fucked up Mortal Kombat, Jeremy.
It didn't fuck up
They had
Superman.
a movie already.
He didn't watch his dad die in Mortal Kombat Annihilation
Because Superman isn't in Mortal Kombat, Jeremy.
No, don't.
Do you not understand how this works?
Objectively better, because Superman doesn't
Jeremy,
watch his dad die.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this crack house you're living in, but you need to lay off the sauce. All right?
I've been saying it for as long as you know me, motherfucker.
You need to lay off the fucking sauce, okay? You're out of control. You crossed the line.
Man of Steel is a garbage ass Superman movie, but it's a really good movie about an alien finding his way to Earth. There you go. There you go.
Fucking mind.
Jeremy's been eating too many donuts. I saw him eat a glazed donut today.
Ew.
We mean you. The fuck you mean?
Well, I just didn't know what kind of glazed donut you were talking about. That's all right.
A glazed donut? What the fuck? Like,
I thought there was more to it than that.
Oh man,
dude, for $5, got a red "Make America Hate Again" beanie. Nice.
And in all seriousness, I don't think Mortal Kombat Annihilation is a better movie than Man of Steel, but I do like it more.
I was a little worried.
I do like it more.
I was really concerned there for a while.
Discordian for 10. A suggestion for park hopping. Silver Dollar City just announced they're closing Fire in the Hole after 51 years at the end of this year. Now would be the time to go for this classic coaster.
Make it happen, Jay.
Silver Dollar City.
Silver Dollar City is great.
Where's that at?
I want to go. Missouri.
I'd love to go. It's just it's expensive to get out there.
It's owned by Hershey, which also owns the other one you want to go to, Jay, Dollywood.
Yeah, Silver Dollar City's been on my dad, Dollywood, and a few others been on the list for this year to go to. So I'd love to make it happen.
When are they shutting down?
They're fucking closing it at the end of the year.
I heard two things at once. I'm sorry. What?
I interrupted Mav Dick. Go ahead.
Mav Dick for 2. I chose Slytherin because of Ryan and Jeremy.
Hell yeah. Hey, I took the Potter test and in the video game, I got Slytherin both. I thought I was going to be Gryffindor. But I'm Slytherin. So, yeah, so for all you fucking losers that got triggered because of my troll Slytherin tweet, oh my God. Holy shit. So I'm just going to make more tweets like that. I saw the subtweeting. I saw it all. Your
Some
tears
people
are
think
delicious.
you don't deserve to be in Jeremy.
It's so fucking funny.
Yeah. But I don't think you do either. I think you're retarded. I don't want to be the same house as you, but it is what it is. You took the test. Sounds of Sushi for 10. When are we going to get a preview of the Tyrone comic? I think you need to start putting some of these memes in there, Ripple. Just
Dude, seriously, man, you got
page.
it, man. Own the memes. It's worked fantastic for me this week. Okay, it's worked fantastic for me this week.
Jack Hudson for 2. Thank you. Charles W. Jansen for 10. Leftists are doing what Mao did in Cultural Revolution: destroy the four olds, old ideas, old customs, old cultures, old habits, and old people. Break down to the fabric of a country's society. Thank you, Charles.
100%.
A Night for 5. Fun fact, there's a company called JO that sells 3D printer products. Don't recommend eating it, though.
Sounds good.
Eric K for 5. Say what you want about Cena, but he can wear that skirt and heels.
Dude, that's...
Pretty
look, in all reality,
I'm sure it's for a fucking like random role.
It is, but it's just the current society seeing like that dude in that situation, and you probably know what they're probably not doing it for a genuine like joke, like it probably would have been back in the days.
I mean,
You know
The
what I
Rock
mean?
did an
So-
entire fucking movie where he was a fucking fairy.
That's true.
Yeah.
The Tooth Fairy movie, right? When he was a hockey player.
Well,
I thought you were talking about the one where he played a gay guy, but yeah, that too.
Yeah. You know, I mean, Chris Evans has lived an entire life where he was a fairy, so you know, it's okay. You know, I saw he's got a new girlfriend that they've posted on social media because you know he's totally straight, guys. He's totally Chris Evans is totally straight.
Yeah,
totally,
absolutely.
So, 100%.
Stephen Wasik for 10. Margaret Thatcher once said the problem with socialism is eventually you run out of other people's money.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be the same way for fucking fake capitalism here in America soon.
Yeah.
So, Sahil for £2. Punk versus Cena, Money in the Bank 2011 is a classic.
That was one of the greatest like matches in at least in the last probably 15 years for sure. Some people say it's like one of the top matches. I can't go that far. I don't even think it's CM Punk's best match. I think CM Punk's best match was against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, his last full year in WWE, because he made Brock Lesnar look better than I've ever seen Brock Lesnar look in the ring. He made him look incredibly strong and terrifying. Punk took so many massive bumps in that match. It's a work of art. But his Money in the Bank match against Cena is heralded as one of the great matches of all time. I would not put it as one of the greatest of all time, but definitely one of the best in recent, WWE.
Yeah.
224 Vic for 10. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Pump Daddy C told me to be a Chad by giving flowers to Krista, bro hugging Jay, and have a toast with Beardo and Rolo. Shut up and take my money. Hearts for Krista.
Cheers.
There we
Cheers,
go,
man.
Is that a heart?
Ryan looks like Ryan.
CJ for 5. Fair assessments. Thank you. Isaac Desarmois, or I don't know how to say that fucking French name. For 10. I want Jay's book. My wife also teaches elementary kids in Texas, so not that bad, but the main thing is parents being apathetic about what's being said to their kids. Mr. Rogers called out the trans. I don't know if I don't think Mr. Rogers called out the trans, but he just simply stated a truth, which is no longer a truth apparently today. That boys can't change being boys, girls can't change being girls. When he said that was no one can really push back. Now it's different.
Well, and I will say this. So obviously Jay's book is releasing on Saturday. I'm sure he's going to talk about it on his stream over on Drunk 3PO on Saturday. But if you, if for whatever reason you don't see that, we're going to be talking about it on Tuesday night's main event next week as well. So make sure you're there for support. I'm sure they're going to talk about it on Flashcast. He's gonna have a ton of support.
Yeah.
Geeks Gamers is doing an interview with me on Friday. Blabs is for the website, so that's kind of
nice.
Cool. All right, sorry, Ryan, I didn't mean to cut.
Don't fucking apologize to him. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fat naked Jimmy Neutron for $5. The best part of John Cena's existence is that it graced us with that amazing prank phone call. Also, hail chat. That was great.
Yeah, that is really good.
That's one of the best like prank phone calls from like the 2000s era or whatever.
Agreed.
There'll be nothing better.
Yeah, it was amazing. Some would say it's absolutely
amazing.
Captain High Rule for 10. Y'all ever seen this YouTube channel called Relentless Critic? He's an African YouTuber who calls out Hollywood and how they depict African culture and people. Very interesting and insightful. I don't think I've seen that. Relentless Critic. Darth Racer for 5. Watch Wait in the Truck by Hardy. Better storytelling in 5 minutes than the whole sequel trilogy. Wait in the Truck.
It's not difficult to do, but it's kind of a thing. Basically, I like how that's basically just been a way to recommend something good, like better storytelling in the sequel trilogy. So,
Postal Pupper for 10. I'm scared about the fact that children are expected to know who they are at a time when they're supposed to be exploring that. I didn't know who I wanted to be until probably my mid-20s. I still don't know. But thank you, Postal Pupper. Zorlag for 2. A bunch of fucking... These are probably flags, like country flags, maybe a Ukraine flag. I think it's just saying a bunch of Ukraine stuff, so thank you. Ranting Ryan for 10. I agree with Jay regarding when kids should be learning about health matters. I never took a structured health class till 6th grade. Hell, the DARE program as early as 5th grade was questionable.
Yep.
Agreed.
But yeah,
Bob
because people
Goose.
treat it as an actual DARE.
What is playing on Beep's TV? That would be
Not her
Metroid
TV.
Prime Remastered. That's not her TV though. That's out in the I guess what is that going to be? The game room area. The pool tables out there. A couple other things. So that's Metroid Prime Remastered. And then Bashy Washy for $100 says another one for that transphobic game. I mean,
Another
so
one.
okay, all right. So let's do next week on Tuesday night's main event. We'll do some giveaways, digital codes for Hogwarts Legacy that will happen on Tuesday night's main event. In all honesty, I probably should have had it ready for this week, but it's just been a busy week for us. But next Tuesday night, we're going to give away multiple copies of Hogwarts Legacy to all of you lovelies out there.
Awesome.
So can't wait.
Are you ever gonna play it for anybody to watch you, Jeremy?
I might.
Are we ever gonna play
Cobracast-
any Hogwarts Legacy on any Geeks and Gamers channels?
Maybe.
It's only the biggest game in history.
I know. You could fucking fire it up and play it at any Geeks and Gamers channel.
I've played it twice
on
my
Geeks and Gamers channel. You can play it on any fucking Geeks and Gamers channel. You realize that. You have all the fucking access to all the channels. You don't have to ask my permission.
I won't ask your permission. I'll just as soon as you're live on Cobra Cast, I'll just go live on Geeks and Gamers playing Hogwarts Legacy.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Sahil for 5. Flair, Piper, Austin, Punk didn't play a gimmick. Their on-screen persona was an extension of their real-life personality. Can't fake character.
I agree with that.
Flag Ninja for 10. Velma's only hope for success is farming hate views at this point. They're not. There's no one actually watching this. The people said, people are like, oh, look, you guys get it. There's no one watching it. There is no ratings for this. People aren't watching it. People are fucking pointing and laughing. There's this, even Tim Pool tried to push this shit about there's no such thing as bad publicity. There's no such thing as bad. Yes, there fucking is.
Yes,
Shut the fuck up. If you actually believe that in this day and age, you are a literal fucking retard. That when people come out and universally fucking mock and hate something, that it does something long-term to have benefit or help something. That's bullshit.
That's insane, man.
Yeah, it's just not
terrible
real.
logic.
Big Mike, I said that one. The Common Nerd for 10. Please check out the trailer for Nefarious. It stars Sean Patrick Flannery as he plays a serial killer on death row who claims he's actually a demon. Looks sick as hell. Hail G&G. Happy St. Valentine.
I might have some inside information on that.
That's Steve Dace's
on that.
Right?
Damn. I'll hold off on that. I got some insider information on that though. I'll maybe have it for next week.
I'll say what's available publicly. That's Steve Dace. He's one of the hosts on The Blaze. He's got a good show there. He's up in Iowa, so he wrote the book A Nefarious Plot several years ago about one of Satan's generals that was basically coming to finally take out the United States and infiltrate it as for the armies of hell, basically to come. And it's actually very interesting.
Yeah, man, it's intriguing.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Yep.
East Coast Toasty Boy for 2. They can make Thing black. They ain't gonna do that because they don't want to race swap the guy that they call Thing. They ain't gonna do that.
That's probably not happening. That's probably.
I love this account so much.
Commander Ray Assist.
It's racist.
Ray Assist.
These donations are making me cry. My daughter, her, told me about Cobra because of that hairy wizard game fiasco. Stop giving him cash, you fools, please. People have got to the point they think I've created these accounts just so I can highlight them and troll them and get more money, but I'm really not. This is a troll account right here. This guy's a troll, a fantastic troll. God damn it.
Paragenics Geek for 10. Real World G&G House Show. No, thank you.
No.
Cunder Thunt for 5. I can't wait for the X-Men.
What? Thunder butt?
No.
Cunder Thunt.
Okay.
Close.
For 5, I can't wait for the X-Men. I vote Jada Pinkett Smith for Professor X. They have the same haircut. Sean Ladrigan for 10. Do you guys see there's a Netflix movie where a train in Ohio derailed and exploded, creating the exact situation for what we see in real life?
What?
Based on what I've seen, or based on a book from what I've read.
What?
I'm not sure.
That's wild, man. Wookie Be Bad says, I covered Velma. It sucked out my soul and was forced to watch Venture Bros 2 for 2 hours to feel alive again. It may be the single worst television show ever made. It really might.
Yeah. There's a Rumble rant about Chromosome 21 on Netflix.
Yeah, it was
you know what that is?
Rumble rant. I don't know. Yeah, so that was from Slaglust, $20 Rumble rant. Please look up Chromosome 21 on Netflix. Is that it?
It looks
no, it's called White Noise. White Noise is a story about a train crash in Ohio that sends chemicals. It's like literally the same thing as what's going on in the news. I think it's called White Noise.
Okay. Like when I look up Chromosome 21, I just see Chromosoma 21 and it's in Spanish. Is it just about retarded people? What is it?
I thought White Noise was that movie with isn't that horror movie with the TV static and all that stuff with Michael Keaton? Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I just like slowly started fucking scrolling through this. This is what I saw. So I don't know what Chromosome 21's about, but I don't know. So breakfast, right, Jay?
Not a troll, just a sad old white seaman who spent years deploying seamen in naval regions. Now I stand against MAGA bigots online.
Breakfast.
Is it breakfast or breakfast?
Yes, you know.
Dude, there's so much going on. Tonight's episode is a fucking classic tonight, man. This has been one, all right. Holy shit.
The Singing Tigs for 5. Anyone hear the song High Ren by the artist Ren? Possibly the most creative thing ever. It's like one-man theater, all sang and shot in one take. No.
That sounds good, actually. Sounds pretty interesting.
Marcus Henry for 10. Ripple, we need books. The fans are fainting for more.
So we gotta get caught up.
Good problem to have. Good problem to have.
Yeah.
Joseph Coleman for 5. He's so fed up with being asked about Black James Bond. It's funny, so it's no surprise. Yeah, he's talking about that a lot where he's like, it'd be an honor to be asked, but I don't think I want to be known as Black James Bond. Like he's said that multiple times. Lieutenant Commander Ray Sis for 10. I'm deeply saddened. You think I'm a troll? My dog. I fucking just said that. All right.
But no, you didn't say that one. He didn't. I must have highlighted it. I highlighted his comment, but I didn't see a super chat from him.
He must have done the same thing. So that's
We'll
what
read
he
it
says.
again.
I'm deeply saddened you think I'm a troll. My daughter, her, told me about a Cobra because of that Wizard game fiasco. $10 is a small investment towards de-radicalizing the kids. Stop giving him cash.
Yeah, see, that's the $10. The $10 wasn't in there though. It's because it wasn't a super chat. So
Jeremy,
thank
check
you.
private chat.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, Mike's got to go.
Yeah, I just don't want to yell it when we're reading super chats.
Man,
I gotta bounce.
Mike,
Mike, it ended up being just as much of an interruption because Chris is like, is like, hey,
well, I
check
didn't
private
expect it.
chat.
I just put it in fucking private chat. I didn't expect you to be like, hey, stop the stream. Look at the private chat, Jeremy. Look at it.
Look
at
at
it
it now. Like, why can't
Look
you
at
say, hey guys, by the way, I got to bounce. Thank you for having me.
Subscribe to Epic Verse.
You scream.
Oh man,
that was good.
That's good.
I love Mike. Subscribe to Epic Verse. Follow Epic Mike over on Twitch. He's been streaming Hogwarts Legacy. Streams a lot of games. He's awesome. Follow Epic Mike.
Taters Vivo for 5. The woman hitting the car was the equivalent of Organized Chaos's argument when he said, "What's wrong with teachers talking to sexuality to second graders?"
Yeah, that guy was fucking weird.
Jesus.
I'm not surprised he was asking a question like that. We've all seen what he looks like. So.
True.
Is that real?
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
K's NYC for 10. I may not be a talented writer, but woke will do fine. No, it won't. Woke will do fine. No, it won't. What are some SJWs typing around? Agendas don't work for me. Only story. All right. Thank you. And Blazing for 5. It's like Tom McDonald says in his songs. They want to divide us.
It's true.
Tom McDonald's pretty awesome.
Bill Stampede for 10. Yes, Jeremy, I did mention it to you. Time is running out, so I gave the movie to Drunk 3PO to give to you. LOL. It was a very good movie. No woke
CJ,
stuff.
you tried to Jay
LOL,
tried to
you remember.
derail my super chat. He tried to derail my super chat. He's talking to me, gave it to me, wanted me to read it. No, Jay. No. So you just got destroyed, Jay. How does it feel?
What?
Matt G for $1. Thank you. Linzers for 10.
Texting. Sorry.
Please check out Biff the Bloodless, a new KSP-focused YouTuber who could use some love from the G&G crowd. And by love, I mean merciless criticism and mockery so he can improve. Love G&G and hail FNT. There you go. Thank you, Linzers. Alice in Blunderland for 5.
Alice in Blunderland.
Unfortunately, I don't know if the sleepy masses will ever wake up. Nero fiddles while Rome burns. This is what it feels like with the elites. Thank you. It's the second Nero reference we've got today. Dave for 2. Idris should be the next James Bond. I disagree. James Bond is white, not black. But I would love to see like a fucking different 00 agent that Idris Elba could play. That'd be fucking awesome. I'd love to see something like that. And maybe you could even work him into some fucking mainline James Bond shit. That'd be fine. No problem with that. He's not James Bond.
Nope.
Sal Mark for 5. After Obama's second term, his cabinet pushed systemic racism narrative in the mainstream media. New York Times used it 400% more. It wasn't a side effect. It was a goal. Hayden for 5. Obligatory hi, Mike, because you're still everywhere I am. Well, now he's gone. And then Hayden for 5. Don't watch Ant-Man week 1. Wait, make them lose. Chris Gore brought it up. Don't give them money to make it successful. Why, ironically, it's going to look worse for them when they have a 70% drop off in the second weekend. Michael Smith for $5. With franchises being the way they are, how long do you think anime will hold the top spot in entertainment?
I mean, anime is just crushing it, man. And I don't think enough people understand it. Like, it's a big deal. And, like, watch what happens. I just mentioned the word anime. This chat is going to go absolutely fucking ballistic right now. And manga's killing it. Anime's killing it. The only person that doesn't like anime at this point is Ryan. He's literally the only person because something's wrong with him. So they don't get into the bullshit. The only time that gets into the bullshit is when they fucking over here at the West, when they actually will edit things out with the voiceovers. Yeah, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Anime is rocking.
Yeah, I'm watching Death Note.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Steph is watching Death Note, the GOAT.
Joe and I were watching Overlord 4.
Is the anime adaptation of that any good? Oh my god.
You know what? Fucking tired of your bullshit. I'm sick and tired of your bullshit.
Lovecraft Arms for 5. Ask Rip about Captain America Commie Smasher. That version of Cap was
better
sent down a memory
version
hole.
of Captain America for sure. And that's for whatever reason. Well, I know why it got lost. They kind of tried to retcon it to say it was a different version of Cap. But yeah, they showed all the time about him punching fucking Hitler with that first issue, but they skipped that time where he was fucking up communists. And that was his name, the Commie Smasher. That was his name.
Sentient Guillotine. No, sorry. That's not it. Sentient Gitaline?
Sound like me right
Guillotine?
No, it's not Guillotine because it's G. Hold on. I'll put it in here real quick. I don't know how the fuck it say this.
How come some people in chat are saying I'm a spy?
Guillotine. Yeah, I don't know what
Guillotine? I don't know what that is. Yeah, but I don't know what that means.
Guidoline.
Sentient Guidoline for 2. So he doesn't like ecchi anime and manga then. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out your name and I have no fucking idea what you said. So he doesn't like ecchi anime and manga then. I don't know. But thank you, Sentient Guidoline. Joseph Brown for 5. Here's 5 for the LTC. Thank you. Eric K for 5. These sickos forget that Mao, I think you mean, you put MOA, that Mao purged and extinguished the teachers after he was in power. Thank you, Eric K. C. Come Lou for 5. I love Jay's still wearing the belt because he thought Jeremy was going to ask his opinions about the John Cena comment, but didn't. And Jay was still wearing it.
That's right. I was waiting.
Welcome to Tuesday Night's Main Event.
Yeah.
Cole Hauser for 2. G.I. Joe Money to Burn episode.
Oh, yeah. That old school real American hero.
Amar God for 2. Just put question marks. Thank you. Sentient Weedaline for 2. That's tame compared to the lewd anime I watch. What are you talking about? What is this guy talking about? I don't remember the conversation.
It's lewd.
Yeah. What did I say?
I just thought that was funny.
Dude, for $5. If Velma wanted to act, maybe Velma? I don't know. If Velma actually wanted to be funny and progressive, they could have just joked about Fred loving traps. All right. Weston for 5. Hail, I've been nervous to ask, but Milk Slinger Mike, would you be my Valentine there if I did it? Hashtag brave. He's gone. Slade Lawton for 2. Keep Ryan off Mario Kart for the sake of his sanity. Finally, someone who cares. Thank you, Slade.
I don't care.
Sophie for 6. Hail, can I get a shout out to my bros gaming channel, Blaze Immortal? Let's get into 3K. Also, some of us need sleep, Jeremy.
Yeah, I heard that. I could use some tonight, but we're gonna go live over on TD Cobra soon. So, but Blaze, what's the
Blaze Space Immortal?
Blaze Immortal right there. Congrats on your success, and hopefully you'll get to 3K.
Jesus Davila for 2. Krista, can you say hi chat in deep voice?
I don't have my. I'll just do it anyways.
Hi chat.
There you go.
Your microphone is so fucking far away from you. What?
Yeah.
It's really. I was shocked with how far you had to pull that towards you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Bird Up for 5. If Krista plays Awesome Possum and Sega Genesis, she'll swear off possums forever because the game's so bad. It's like Greta Thunberg made a game.
Oh my gosh.
Krista will probably like it.
I'll be like the 1% that liked it.
Super Mastermind for 5. Look up Gunbuster. It's like Top Gun in space. The ending made me cry. Be strong. Gunbuster. Okay.
Sweet anime. Check it out.
Solo Boxer for 5. Check out Remix Bros Randy Savage Slim Jim tune. Hilarious and catchy.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Marcus Henry for 5. Jay, you should go to Cedar Point for park hopping.
Yes, it's on the list. It just costs money to get there. I'd love to go. I would freaking love Yellow. If I go to Cedar Point, Yellow Flash City would meet me there, and we would do some stuff. So yeah, it's on the list.
Go there.
Yeah, Cedar Point's cool. Agent Smith me meme. Or maybe it's either Agent Smith me or Agent Smith meme me or Agent Smith me meme. It's tough to tell. Could be any of those. For $5, everything cancerous Disney touches withers and dies. Yes. Charles W. Jansen for 5. Heard a Disney rumor. Mickey is now a trans duck.
What? No, there's no way that's true. There's no way.
No, there's not. It's Glenn for 5.
Hey, I say that. I mean, we just got Velma. Okay, so I mean, in 5 years, maybe 3. I guess it could be. I guess we should never say never with Disney. We should never say never.
It's Glenn for 5. Hey, G&G gang. I'll be in Orlando next week for a convention. Any tips of do's and don'ts? Never been to a con before. By the way, today's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
So you never been to a con?
Yeah, they're in town for a convention.
So I would say bring a good sturdy backpack that you can put stuff in. Obviously, just good walking shoes.
Bring cash.
You definitely need Gold Bond for Swamp Ass. So Swamp Ass is very important. And anybody that says difference just doesn't want to admit it. But yes, it's very important. And yeah, that's it really. And bring a Geeks and Gamers shirt so you can promote us.
Marcus Henry for 5. Hey, has Krista watched Chainsaw Man? If so, she should cosplay as Power.
Oh no, I haven't watched it, but I'll see who that is. I'll check it out.
Gay Ryan for $5. Riddle me this: is it gay if I'm getting paid? Depends. Krista asked a really poorly phrased question the other day because we're all familiar with the age-old question of, hey, would you suck a dick for X amount of money, right? Like every man at some point in time has been fucking asked that stupid question. But she asked the question, would you be gay for this amount of money? And I'm like, what does that mean? Because if it means you got to blow a dude for and there's some amount of money involved, that's a much different question than asking, would you be gay? All right,
Ryan, all right. You're putting way too much thought into this. This is scary. I just asked a simple question.
No, you're asking me to put a fucking monetary value on my sexuality. And that is a much different number. Okay. Everybody's fucking gone through this in their head, walked through this. All right, would you suck a dick for blank? And of course, it starts out for a fucking $500,000. No, are you fucking kidding me? What about $250,000? Or what about, $750,000? No, fuck that. Once it starts to get to 7 figures, you start saying no, but you're thinking about it in your head. It's like, would anybody know? How long do I have to suck it? Do I have to fucking catch the load? You're asking yourself all these questions going through this shit.
Spoiler alert, he said just for $100.
No.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women. Sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Yeah. But for her question, I don't think there's a monetary value that anyone could actually assign to that. That's too extreme.
That's fair.
I'm just talking about this fucking reality. None of y'all fucking want to believe me. But. Jared the American for $2. Jeremy looks like Mussolini, in my opinion.
Wow.
Dang. Sounds of Sushi for $5. Watch Bible Black. Okay. Is that an anime?
It's a very sexual one, yeah.
Oh, you like that one?
No, I heard about it on Weebs and Waifus.
Oh.
Go check out Weebs and Waifus, by the way. Subscribe today.
Blue-Eyed Scorpio for $2. $1 million would buy a lot of mouthwash. Yeah.
Gosh, no.
Stacy Lee for
$1.
$1. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I'm trying to edit this.
Slaglust for $5. I've never considered how much money it would take to Australian kiss a dude, but Ryan has. He was a sailor though. We didn't get paid a lot though. Stacy Lee. Oh, there's that $1. Okay, good. Let me go check some of these fucking member chats. All right. Quantum DeLorean, welcome to the channel, becoming a channel member. Sean Ladrigan says, hail the Geeks and Gamers and the almighty chat. Robert Wiles, I'm slowly getting better. Thanks for all the well wishes. Be blessed. And please get 221B to make Canadian Bear shirts. We'll buy it. Jeremy, sorry, Jay.
Hey, just go buy more Geeks and Gamers merch right now. And then the best way to get more merch is for us to sell what we have. For sure.
Shaker Maker, let's get this party started. TNME cast IRL for the win.
Let it go. Let's go.
Evan Martin, great. Whenever I see Rose's Milkers now, all I'll be able to think is J&A's. Warwick of Legion cast says, hail G&G. Thank you. Marshall says, hail Geeks and Gamers. I'm enjoying Hogwarts Legacy so much. Definitely glad I bought the digital deluxe edition. Yes. Green-haired anti-liberal, member for 10 months. My niece helping me with dinner, sees intro with Mario Kart and says, why are they playing a kid's game? Way to make me feel old. I'll set her straight, though. Anthony Buck says, hail TNME and roll tide. Also, it's awesome seeing genuine, authentic people on our side of the culture war.
Hell yeah. Roll tide.
Revenge of the Netherrealm, member for 4 months. I'll gladly wait till April to get Hogwarts Legacy for the PS4. And screw y'all Slytherins. Ravenclaw rules for life. And I will not hear otherwise. Very ignorant for someone who claims to be seeking wisdom. Shadow Knight gifted 5 Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you. Jack Hudson gifts a Geeks and Gamers membership. WG gives 5 Geeks and Gamers memberships.
Yeah, we got like
Bob Goose with 20. gift
Yep.
memberships.
We
Thank
got
you.
45 tonight. 45
Wow.
new members. That's
Nice.
what's up.
Legends.
Full Metal Vash says, I got backstabbed by my friends. You're saying Walt Disney wasn't an anti-Semite? Laura Lynn Lance says, hi, y'all, geeks and gamers. Smooches for Jay and his belt. Your championship belt you're wearing.
Does Jay just not respond anymore?
Let Ryan read the stuff. So thank you.
Jesus
You know, like,
Davila with 2
when
gift
Ryan
memberships.
pauses, that's like a window for you to talk, and you just go,
He wants to get it done. I can see it in his face.
Yes.
fuck him. We don't care about keeping him happy. He's never going to be genuinely happy anyway. So you just use his misery to monetize it.
I thought Beardo was going to read some. I was excited for that.
Next week, he doesn't have access to the document.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus Davila with 2 Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you. Allison Blunderland, welcome to the channel. Spazzy Me says, Krista's greater than Jeremy, who's greater than Ryan, who's greater than Eric, who's greater than Jay, who's greater than everyone else.
Thanks.
I'm sure it's a little.
What the
biased.
heck?
Get used to it, Beardo.
I'm higher than Rip on the list. Last time there was a list with me and Rip on it, I was upset because he was ranked higher than me in terms of white supremacy. That was very triggering. GJJ, remember for 12 months, possums are not pets, but if one's in your yard, just let it be. It eats lots of bugs.
Huh?
My dog always
I already
tries to
said it
eat
once.
them.
Possums?
Yeah, like if it's up on the fence or like up on the wall, it'll try to like knock it down and grab it.
Fucking kill
Leave it alone.
Yeah, something.
Pyro Rampa for 2. $20 is $20. That's a little cheap there. And Nakamamon for 5. Would it be gay for blank money? Could theoretically just mean listen to share music for a day. Samurai Vader for $2. Oh shit, Rippa. Betty White passed away.
She was a good one.
Terrible.
Yep.
And Nakamamon for 2. I meant share. Darn autocorrect. Yeah, I figured. Marcus Henry, member for a month. Yes, Krista Power's very similar to you. You'd love her.
Oh, that's awesome.
As long as she can see herself in her. Elsa Barrett, member for 7 months. Thank you. Let me go all the way back up here and get across. Salty Saurus with a $20 tip on locals. I agree, Jay. They should have waited till 6th grade to teach something like that. When I was in elementary school, they taught us in 4th grade. And by 5th grade, 2 girls got pregnant. I'm in the millennial generation. It's weird that they push sex ed so early. I remember my cousins in Rhode Island told me in middle school, 70% of their peers got knocked up.
In 5th grade?
That seems a little excessive that in middle school, 70% of their peers were pregnant.
Yeah,
I don't know if
that's,
I believe your cousins. They may be lying to you, Salty Source. They might not even be your fucking cousins. So I would fact check that story.
My cousin's in jail.
Old school Krista lore right there.
Dermy Wormy for $1 says, man, the YouTube grind's real. I can't remember the last time I could see the beginning of the show live. Give Jeremy all your money.
All your money. All your money. and just so I understand, maybe you're like, they're not going to read it as Tuesday Night's Main Event. There's a lot of people watching. Griftcast starring Cobra Cast starts very soon. We are over there to grift, but not member chat. It will free chat. Hopefully that makes you want to give me your super chat. There you go.
And Nakbamon with a series of $3 super chats. I know this is off topic, but did you see Gary's Twitter post about the Guardians 3 poster? We did.
Yep.
My God, look at what they did to Karen Gillan. They used Photoshop to remove her breasts. I don't know if I've ever said this, but I have a crush on her. How dare Disney uglify Karen Gillan on that poster? She's beautiful. In fact, she's a Spinal Tap, an 11 out of 10. I don't want to sound unhinged, but Jeremy, this is your cue to get that clip of Krista saying, what just happened? Ready. I assume you call it the Anakamamon clip since you always use it after one of my rants. As I was saying, I don't want to sound unhinged, but you dirty commie cocksuckers, I will go scorched earth on you motherfuckers. I don't care whether it be LA or Bengal, India, and I'll find your office where you made evil Photoshop and burn it down and piss on the ashes. If I find you, I'll go full Sharky's machine and remove your fingers with a hammer and chisel so you can never use a mouse and keyboard again. I don't care if we never met. That's my woman. You don't treat my woman like that, you soy boy piece of shit. Okay, I'm done. Jeremy, just go ahead and run the clip.
I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that. What just happened?
All right.
That was Enoch Maman. That was good.
We're caught up.
That was good. I appreciated that one, Enoch Maman. So good job, Ryan. That was a lot of super chats. Wait a minute. Are you telling me you can make a lot of money in super chats and still read all of them? What a novel concept. Huh. But you know what? There might be a time where we can't read all of them. Or maybe we build a show where we're saying, hey, we're not going to focus on super chats. We're just going to deliver the news. And that's fine. But the point is it can be done if you want to try and get it done. Or maybe you just do a square up like Gary and Ricada doesn't do square ups, does he? Usually. He tries to go through all of them. He just gets drunk.
Sometimes he'll catch up on them on other streams. Yeah.
Yeah. Christopher Arcella. Ryan
$100.
The end.
100.
Damn,
$100.
Thanks, buddy.
$100.
Let's go.
Wow. Christopher Arcella got both of the Make America Great Again, right here, the 2020 Vote Cobra, and this one right here. I'm knocking shit over right there. Got both of those for me. So shout out to him. No matter what Ryan says about him, he's good Pete.
What do you mean? Chris is awesome. Novella Princess for $1 super sticker. Thank you.
It's a corgi.
Thank you, Corgi.
So this has been a banger. Hell yes. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. And I'm sure there's gonna be several portions of this will be clipped out so we can re-upload them here to the main channel. Shout out to My Nerdy Home for taking care of that for us. And you can follow her over on Twitch at My Nerdy Home. And she does a great job. And I know you guys think that I have people here just for the looks, okay? But Jay is more than just a pretty face, okay? So I just want you all to know that. He's clearly the United States champion of the world. That's who he is. But let's go around the horn. I see we got a couple more super chats. We'll get to those. And then I've got a link for CobraCast IRL that's starting immediately after this. I got to bump the time up for the time that I have over there. So Fear the fucking Beardo. Where can they find you, buddy?
It's easy. Fear the Beardo everywhere. Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, playing Dead Space, and then probably Hogwarts after that. And I post all of those gameplay clips as individual videos on my YouTube channel. So that's about it.
There we go. It's good to have you, buddy. The hype man for G&G. Hey, we did 2 Fortnite matches last night. We finished second on the first one. Okay.
Yep.
It was bullshit, but the second one brought the dub home, ended on the dub, and it was awesome. And Beardo had 8 kills in that final match. I
That's
think,
the standard.
if I'm not mistaken.
That's
So
the standard.
it was good stuff. It was good stuff. My Nerdy Home.
You can follow me on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. That's where I'm most active, Instagram and Twitter. So,
Yep. Thank you, Steph. You did a great job. We got Rolo, the Puerto Rican pistolero, and before he talks, we got to play it.
We are also praying for the people of Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
It never gets old.
It never gets old.
Rolo.
I love it. You can find me on Locked and Loaded Latinos. My wife and I do video game streams. We do commentary about guns, politics, and all that other base stuff that you guys love. So come check us out over there.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Good to see you.
Oh, we run the game streams here on Geeks and Gamers Play too. So you can catch us on Fortnite tomorrow and on Thursday.
Yep. Cool. Drunk 3PO, tell them what you got going on Saturday, buddy.
Saturday is the release of my graphic novel. Will be at 6 p.m. I think 6 p.m. is when we got it set. I'll be live on my channel, so come check it out. Just say hey. It's gonna be awesome, man. It's gonna be awesome. I'm nervous, but I'm looking forward to it. The champ is here. That's it.
Yay!
Park hopping, everything else. And they only win at Fortnite when I play. So
yeah,
there we go.
Telling. Let him believe that.
We won the third match that I played the other night, right? Third or fourth?
Yeah. But I was there.
You were there in spirit, yeah.
In spirit, yeah.
Well, we won two. Well, technically, we won the one that you got kicked off of too, Ryan. The one that you got dropped out. So we won 4 that night. Won 2 with Ryan.
Won that one, really?
Yeah,
yeah,
just 3 of us. Yeah, 3 of us were able to pull off.
Hell yeah.
We won 4 that night, I think. It was
You
good.
know,
I'll take the credit for that one too. Then
all this Fortnite talk.
It's all changed. It's a whole new game.
Yep.
I might be streaming Fortnite on my Twitch channel right after this.
Really?
Hey, Jeremy already promised the people Cobra
He did a
Cast.
Cobra Cast.
I can run Cobra Cast. I was going to run it for about
on
45
my channel.
minutes.
What?
I was running like 45
minutes.
About 45 minutes to an hour of Cobra Cast.
I'm going to bed.
Obviously. No, I like
right.
Cobra Cast. So go over to
Three hour,
just joking.
three,
I'm just
3 hour Cobra Cast, then 3 hour Cobra Cast.
not playing Fortnite on my channel. I would never stream over Jeremy, even though he likes to do it for others. But that's.
I'm going to start going live on Cobra Cast on Saturdays.
I know you are. I know. It wouldn't be the first time.
You know what I should do at some point to show the hilarity of Cobra Cast? Because again, as I said, it's a meme. It started out as a meme, but it's going to evolve into a serious solo show for me when I'll have guests and stuff. But if Tim Pool ever says anything about the IRL part, I'll just rename it to Cobra Cast LOL. I don't give a fuck. You know, like who cares? It's just a joke. It's fun. So,
I hope he does go after you. You know how much money you're gonna make?
He said something to some other people with the IRL in their name. That's all I'll say.
That would be.
I think that's a little different, probably.
Maybe. It's still kind of bitch made.
Like the person was on the show. Yeah.
So, yeah. So Chris and Nova.
Hi. You can follow me on Twitter.
He broke.
If you want. I'm just getting the other 2 super chats. I'm sorry.
All right, Krista Nova, go follow her over on Twitter at Krista Nova. She posts possum pictures, raccoons, food, and a lot of weird
toys.
shit. Yeah. So that's pretty much all she does. She also runs the Geeks and Gamers Twitch account. You're going to see her this week playing some games. Finally, aren't you, Krista?
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll happen this week. Young Rippa.
Yeah. I'm just going to be continuing to work on this Riververse stuff. We stream randomly. I did some random mastering today. And we'll just pop in when we can. I'll be out and about tomorrow, so I don't know what the plan is for that. But, team stays ready. You can keep getting those orders in at ripperverse.com if you still want Cover C as well as some of the other merchandise stuff. And that is about it for me. Looking forward to what Jay has going on this weekend. We'll be sure to share that stuff around.
Heck yeah. Looking forward to it,
big
Jay.
shout out to Rippa. He talked to me on the phone for a few hours, man, and I really got a lot of stuff together. I mean, from these boxes and stuff that we got from Gemini, everything. And huge shout out to Jeremy here. I wouldn't even be in this position if it wasn't for G&G. So I can't. This whole family here, everyone in the chat, and I don't want to keep riding up anymore. But it's just I love you guys, man, and thank you. It's just whatever happens Saturday. It's all good. I'm blown away by the support and the encouragement and people just in this realm, this fellowship, whatever people call it. It's been unbelievable. So I never thought I'd have that, in my corner. And so thank you to Jeremy, especially. I know he doesn't like compliments, but seriously, it's been awesome. I know. That's why I'm going to stream over Cobra Cast IRL. Seriously, Rippa's so busy. The fact that he would take time out of his day to spend and I had the dumbest questions ever, and he was able to answer them because I've never done this before. And so many people, Yellow Flash too, and Tug, they took so much time, and it's awesome. So they getting me all set up. Anyway,
that's it. Proud of you, bro. And the most positive person here, Ryan Kennel from RK Outpost.
We got 2 more super chats. It's Glenn for $10. Krista, since you love possums so much, there's an amazing Sega Genesis game called Rocket Knight Adventures you should try. You play as a possum with a sword, full armor, and a jetpack. It's a Sega masterpiece.
I gotta get me that. Thank you.
Bill Stampede for 20. Everybody must watch the new Super Mario movie with Pratt. I want a Zelda movie. A successful Mario movie is the only way. Thanks all you guys for what you do.
billion film. It's happening. Like that movie, the
yeah.
marketing has been fucking fantastic for this movie. The enthusiasm is there. That whole Tom Cruise fucking meme the other day, this was the greatest thing ever. Obviously, I know Nintendo didn't do that, but I'm just talking about how that's the enthusiasm behind it. The Tropic Thunder clip, it's super mega viral. This movie is going to be massive, and it's going to lead us to a Nintendo Cinematic Universe. I have full confidence in that. So I think it's going to happen. Again, could the movie come out and be completely terrible? I think it could. I mean, I think that's possible. It's always possible, but this movie seems like it's hitting all the right notes. I am so fucking excited for
That
this
plumber commercial was freaking. We called the number on our live stream and everything. It was freaking awesome.
It was awesome.
So good. So good. This Nintendo movie is going to crush. So anyway, all right, guys. So thank you so much. I'm going live on D-Day Cobra immediately after this. I don't
got
know
our
what I'm
political
gonna talk
stream
about,
with Suresh. It'll be an hour later than it usually is. It's going to be at 1 p.m. tomorrow
on Patriot
Outpost.
Yes. So Patriot Outpost, our political stream tomorrow. Ryan host. Me and Suresh will be there as guests. I'll plug that some more over on D-Day Cobra. I don't know what I'm talking about tonight. I'm just going to turn the camera on and we're just going to figure it out. It's your guys' show. I'm just there to, talk. So looking forward to it. But this was an awesome episode tonight, and I really appreciate it, as does everyone here. Thank you guys so very much, and we'll see you tomorrow for Fortnite here on the main Geeks and Gamers channel. Have a great night, everyone, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.